hunting for him. No gun will force a couple players to be very low on this economy. Stax looks stressed, man. We've talked about it a lot. Stax, in terms of his individual performance throughout this season, has been okay. It hasn't been like, you know, mouse kiss Stax action, none of that really. But I think it's very excusable given the situation in front of him. Ult down short.
Oh, there's interesting here. There's not a ton of layer to this. There's just him by himself. There was a Prowler that went the other way, but there wasn't a combo. There wasn't pinch from Sand.
Oftentimes when you go that deep, you get stuck.
Yeah.
Stax not confident enough to push up, but he only has the Sheriff.
It worked last time, but not this time. Doesn't even get a chance to shoot it.
Yeah, that's a lack of information for Stax. He thinks there's more behind it, like you said.
Spike down A.
Kiwi able to hold that line and get both. DRX once again thrown into disarray.
I look at the choices being made by DRX, not only in the server, but with bringing in Zest. The kind of mind games they're playing about who's going to play in the starting lineup beforehand. And I'm thinking back to Masters Berlin where they had Lakia on the roster.
Whoa, that's a deep cut. Another prime gaming flawless do for Foot.
It didn't seem like back then anybody was super happy with those decisions being made.
Yeah.
That was their last attempt at a six-man roster, and it fell flat on its face. They gave up on it after that.
As is often the case.
Lakia didn't even play it the following champ. But may I remind you, Josh brought it up on the desk, that was the only time DRX has not made it out of groups, was Champions 2021. Completely different situation now. They've broken down so many of the things you think about when you think about this team falling short at global events. But man, I can't help but think.
Yep.
History's repeating itself right now. I can't help but think they're falling back into the same patterns that continuously put them short of a podium finish.
While Foot call a timeout, having won the last 4 rounds in a row, up 3 rounds in this first half. And a question what this one would be for. Either way, it's going to give DRX a chance to talk through things with their team. Termy to touch base with the squad, make any adjustments they may see.
It's been very rare that Foot's been in this position to be able to offer encouragement during one of these timeouts.
They're often down having to call a timeout and go, guys, we got to fix this, this, and this.
And it's funny because the opposite side too, DRX, during playoffs, Termy was giving a lot of reign to his team to play without him. He was going long stretches of time where they were losing maps and he was just not calling timeouts at all. We've already seen one, of course.
Blinded.
Foot are so intent on controlling early showers. And they've done it in a similar degree through short.
Mako again trying for this. It's the same angle too, and he's not even looking where he died the last time.
Exact same play.
Finally gonna find a kill though.
As he just thought he was unlucky the first time. Surely they don't do that again. He was right.
He was 0-8 before that.
Yeah.
Mako 0-8, are you kidding me?
Where do they reset off of this? He may be in trouble.
Dead? He's dead.
He's got to understand that there was some showers presence, you just didn't know how much. Meanwhile, the hit's out towards B. Captain still holding elbow. Showstopper in his face, and it's traded.
It's a lucky trade for Captain, but Buzz, I don't know if he should be dying there. Either way, they've corralled them on the site. I thought this was going to be a good round for DRX because they could fall off and play the post plant. Win condition for them, but now they can.
They still have the orbital strike from Zest. Currently holding elbow. Has to stay alive. Prowler in the face of RB. The snap out on Damage is clean. And RB's left alone. The safety valve gone. Ooh. He's gotten it down to 1. Looking for the target, and it's not able to land. Mr. Fallen with 3 in another round for Foot.
So well handled for Foot. When the opportunities present themselves, they're ripping off the faces, but have to be critical of DRX there. They had 2 key ults, not a single one used. They were in position to still win that. They had control of elbow. And there's no Brimstone ult to support RB on the site. There's no molly coming in from Zest. Why is Zest even peeking in that case? Why isn't he wrapping around?
I was just thinking that. I don't understand the peek.
Mako laughing at the situation right now. When he's been the most consistent factor so far for DRX in this tournament specifically. Yes, overall too, for the most storied controllers, but they're not doing anything to interrupt Foot doing this exact thing over and over and over.
Countless amount of rounds now where they send 3 through showers. This time it's a bit of an adjustment because Krax is rotated off, but they've gained the space. And once again, they have them surrounded. They have them corralled and controlled.
They get this position every time with no util.
Yeah, it's just so free. And because DRX don't even have someone holding in spawn, they can't comfortably take teleporter and go back showers. Complete ignorance as to what's on the other side.
Okay. Giving up the site again, though. This time Mako has his ult.
I mean, Foot has 4, though, as a counter.
Nightfall could be huge as well. With the Viper Pit up.
This punch that Foot have to throw back isn't just a jab.
Look at Stacks. Traded ults all around right now.
He's gone so far up. It's going to be 1 for 1.
The Molly's gone, though. That Brim ult gone again.
Foot still have so many tools. They have the Orbital Strike, that's 1. They have the Pit, they have the Nightfall, 2. Everything dumped into this. Numbers still up. Foot now pushing forward, trying to jump out of the site. And it's chaotic. Stacks and Mako, the 2 that remain. The defuse is almost gotten to half, but it's interrupted. Mako, 1v3, and that's the round. Foot get another.
What is going on with DRX? That's 2 rounds in a row now. They get the B site. They should be able to set up very well. We know how good they are in post plans. It's just not working today. Stacks there needs to get that kill before Zest falls into his post plant lineup position. Didn't use his ult, didn't use his molly. Mako on the site there is only meant to buy time for that second layer. But it's getting ripped apart before they even get to peel the onion.
Blinded.
Finally, some adaptation. A slightly later flash, but honestly, it doesn't do very much to dissuade.
Kiwi 16-6, by the way, definitely his best performance so far this half. Gonna look like the best half for Foot.
Second flash now, used by Stacks towards showers.
Finally, he's looking to stop them from getting that flank off every single time.
And it's nuanced in how he did it. I mentioned earlier, it was a slightly later flash. He'd been using it off the gate. This time, a little bit later, just a few seconds to see if there's anyone coming up, and the second to confirm. But he gives the space back up.
So happy to see drive fights again, and Buzz is dead.
They causing some problems. The Trailblazer out. They have hookah control as well here. It's a little bit of a stronger push, but they can play through the smokes. The toggling of utility is so nice by the controllers.
Ya, kebakar. Ya, ilah.
Can they hold the line once more?
Mati lagi.
Numbers
Ya,
big for Foot.
ilah.
They're just getting better.
30 seconds left.
Zest subbed in into a 1v4.
Mati langsung.
Face of Showstopper, a Prowler. There's nothing he can
Yes,
do.
jam seperti.
A 9-3 half.
Switching sides.
Not what you expected to start off this game. DRX is in big trouble, and the only word I can think of is yikes.
That's just brutal. That's just brutal while Foot with full control. And again, is it because there's a little bit more levity in the camp, given that they've qualified for champs? I have no idea, but it's working. Golden Boy, I mean, is there a way for DRX to get back into this thing?
Well, in order for me to not seem like a complete ding-dong, I hope they have a chance.
No. No, there is not. Foot looked like
I know.
Foot looked like a totally different tier team online. They're just showers pushing every time, flank retaking, the post plants are getting punished. It's all gone to pot.
It's all gone wrong. I mean, DRX are giving them so many individual ones. Like the instances like this. RB, by the way, has got 2 teammates behind him on B long. Nobody's with him when he's making this play, pushing onto the side. When Buzz goes down and got no way to get back into it, they are giving Foot exactly what they want, which is these individual one-on-ones at every point in time. Look at this, they're all over the place. Stacks is having to re-clear down short because they don't have control of it. At this instance in the round, they're able to just push up and play freely, take these individual duels. I think the crazy thing is, we haven't even gotten to the side of this map right now for Foot, where I think they look most impressive. Which is where they start to really play of those unique timings.
True. And take a look at how bad these stats are for the double controller on this map. And when did you ever see Mako having a bad performance like this? He went 0-0-7. He was out here James Bonding it. And then he went 0-0-8 and only got 3 kills towards the end, overtaking Zest. It's so uncomfy out there.
You could see how much he felt like he had to make plays as well, with the constant lurking down short as well. It's almost like he couldn't take a back seat and let the rest of his team work the map. He was always trying to push down short to create an opening, feeling that pressure, because he has been that guy. He's been the guy who's had to, you know, the entire team's had to lean on him.
And Foot must just be feeling fantastic right now.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the vibes in the camp, immaculate. They've already made champs. Now they're 9-3 up over DRX. And DRX are struggling out there.
Yeah.
So Foot, killer instinct, gotta kick in, close out the map. You can close out the close out the series before DRX even have a chance to respond.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Foot are basically feeling themselves, and I don't think DRX have any kind of answers. Let's send it back over, though, to Doug and Bala.
Thank you so much, Golden Boy. A 6-round lead for Foot as they turn to what Brand was saying on the desk is statistically their more impressive half. While DRX have to figure out, I mean, do we just cut our losses here knowing we have Fracture next or what? Because they just look lost.
Fracture's definitely a strength for them, but I'm looking up at them on the stage, and every single player looks detached from the situation right now.
Smoke's down.
Very quiet. Players not, if there is something being said, they're not really paying attention. They're jumping around. Emotionally, I think it's so tough to be in this position, and it's one they know. They've had many, many disappointments. Never this early, though. And when the entire scene is leveling up, you need to be just there with them. And it's a stacks. Calling a stack on the other side of the map at the B side. 4 players on B, 3 down long. Mako alone.
Knife and Haunt both used.
4 people are gonna go through the TP, following up the dog. Yes, this is okay, but Mr. Fallen's already understanding the situation.
And they're just gonna flip the map too.
Okay.
All of Foot go through teleporter, leaving Mr. Fallen to hit what could be a filthy timing. Dissuaded by the wall for just a moment. RB's the only one close by. Yeah, Buzz is in the vicinity, but RB's the one looking at him. They're gonna rotate back A.
30
It's
seconds
crazy.
left.
DRX completely broken on their original idea and what comes in this pistol. Do they even have the ideas to play here?
Knife cleared. Buzz with the spam, pushed off the angle, nade in his face. RB now understanding there is some presence. He gets the kill. The patience pays off. Now with 13 seconds left, the spike still hasn't been sent out. It's still trying to push its way out from short.
10 seconds left.
They're getting the openings. Can Buzz play spoiler in the face of
Nice.
the smoke? You're right. Just a little over a second.
And they also have the boombot to help them clear back down short and get into lamps.
DRX need this moment. They need this pistol. Sax needs to convert, and he cannot. Foot up to 10.
Both pistols for Foot. Yeah, they got ecoed last time, but look at this streak of rounds. They're up to 10. 10 rounds with 8 in a row is just ridiculous. And Josh is right. The DRX or the Foot camp is just so happy right now.
Just loose. All smiles.
Complete shift in what we've been seeing from them at this tournament so far, even in the game that they won yesterday. That's a surprise.
We back to our first half antics here.
Oh, Spike is not picked up right now. Krax has to make a mad dash for it. DRX not taking extra space off of that though. Thinking that they need to get back over towards A to respond to group up rather and make a conceded,
There.
a complete front. Rather than relying on the lurks, which will be split up.
Cracks on the plant. DRX on the attempted retake. They have the Bulldog in the hands of Zest. An interesting decision in and of itself. You see that late Viper wall go down from Mako. Mr. Fallen with the C's. The timing on that's perfect.
What a seize. That's 3 players all tethered.
The delay is great. Mr. Fallen backing on up. Cracks holding the angle from bench, trying to find another. As the tap has already started, they're overwhelming them. They've gotten it to half. Now the reset, and now the fight. Kiwi on the snap, Kiwi on the shots. He gets 3 on the round, and they asked for it. Where was it coming? It's coming courtesy of Kiwi 1. Killer instinct activated.
Yeah, they're looking for it. Going for the jugular right now. And Taiko, they lose the first kill. So ready for the sneaky antics of DRX. Honestly, at this point, they're going to have to rely on stuff like that. It's just stealing the rounds away. Because nothing else is falling for them.
And the
no of the kills.
Concerning thing, too, is it felt like they were trying to do that in the first half.
Yeah.
Right? Again, Mako trying to lurk. James bonding, as Josh said.
We're referring to the score line, but you're right. He definitely was trying to get up there.
Prowler in his face. No showers control again. But Foot with a bit more to work with. Silence, and there it is. They tried to use the showstopper buzz, looking to greet them early. Kiwi, is he gonna find a target? No, the show stopped. Zest with 3, that was clean.
Finally, some life out of the substitution. 6 man for this team. Honestly, at this point, not even. He's got more play time. And then Foxy at these global events. Kiwi really lost in that situation, though.
Yeah.
Might have been able to find the guy in 2. That should have been the first thing he cleared. Have to swing it back. Have to have a momentum. Lift up here for DRX. And it's got to come from everybody. Mako and Zest in particular, the double controller combination that we were talking about.
No early space taken from DRX this time. A peek towards showers. I mean, even Buzz shallowly holding Hookah. But all afoot are up A short, and they're trampling their way forward into U-Haul.
Again, that confidence showing. They get through all the way to lamps. No information from DRX until now. That nade gonna force him out of position.
That's a miserable area to hold, man. It's just so difficult. No real room to escape, and he's overwhelmed by the utility.
That's a great follow-up orb there, actually, from Maj. Look how deep it is onto triple. So tough.
Zest clearing out the Haunt, clearing out Kiwi. He was hot in the previous round. Can he continue? Stacks falling.
Yeah.
Flash went in the TP.
Yeah, that's not what the intent was. RB with 2. Spam expecting to pre-fire, and Buzz finds the timing on Mr. Fallen. It's all Maj by himself. RB's gotten it to half. Maj is healthy! And that's another pivotal round of Red Bull clutch for Foot.
Over and over. You're seeing these close rounds, these close situations fall for Foot. They look great today.
And there's really, to what you were saying, these pivotal situations, not a single one going in favor of DRX. Oh, it's not true. I guess I think about Stacks and his 2K with the Sheriff in the first half, like that second round.
Every second round.
Other than that, it's just been a dry desert.
Yeah. Desolate. And I honestly don't even think Foot has been forced to show much depth.
No.
If I'm DRX, I need to stop them from having so much confidence. Force them to rely on some of the things that they plan to play coming into this. Perhaps Foot came in with a shift completely in attitude and said, let's just build our confidence. Let's build up this drive fight type of thing that we're taking. Remember, that round they walk up completely up short. Yes, there's a fight for wall, there's the orb blocking. But after that, you see just pieces, individual pieces of utility that they're able to use to force fights, force aim duels into the back of sight.
That's gotta be miserable to be on the receiving end of.
For DRX to be losing to basically just that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's not really something that, I mean, yes, strategy can definitely overtake that. Just some good defensive crossfires, for example.
Kebantai gitu, Discord
Good
nggak
combos, but right
sih?
now, none of that is to be found for DRX.
Lu tumben
And you
Ki
also
nggak
have to
ngajakin
find the
gua
timings for it, and
taruhan
Fliz
Ki.
playing in such a
Coba
way
lu
that
ngajakin
it's-
taruhan gua bakal
it's
megang
tough to
foot sih
find.
kalau gua. Tapi gua mendukung DRX tapi gua megang foot gitu. Gimana dong? Maksudnya.
Max on the other side of the smoke, not winning an opener.
Come on, man. There it is again. He just ran through the smoke.
Just dry, just aim
Skip
diffing.
nggak sih?
And it's from top to bottom. I mean, yeah, Kiwi's done most of it, but that's the plan for Foot, and it's working.
Even something like that, there's no punish on him being in that corner, no spam to follow up from Mako.
Yep. No help at all.
Loh.
There's a dry fight. That one going in favor of Buzz. It was labored.
Yeah,
Banyak
interesting
kop
too.
tuh.
Maj has been winning a majority of those
Baru
types of
bangun gua.
situations, but there, AD
Sama
has to
cuk. Suara gue masih serak.
and has to rely on the spray too. Nah,
Udah
the
20
type
menit
of
lah gue sih
situation
udah
you're
bangun.
looking for.
No.
Pokoknya tadi bangun,
Either way,
cuma langsung stream.
I think they're
Langsung.
chilling here, regrouping again. They know
Tanpa
Buzz is
ada
alone on the site.
pemanasan terlebih dahulu.
And he's weak. After that difficult fight, just 32 HP. Has a showstopper. Very reminiscent of what we saw just a few
30
moments
seconds
ago, where
left.
there was a timing hidden short.
Here it is, dry walk up. Finally a haunt in the back of sight, clears
Tapi
everything.
bau-bau map 3
The
sih.
knife too, not catching Buzz. Kiwi's looking for it. It's another kill.
Big ults. Zest infesting his. Buzz has his as well. RB with the KO.
10 seconds left.
Spike now down. Side control in favor of Foot for now, but it seems like a weak grip. DRX snatching it out of their hands. Cracks on trade. Showstopper still in play, and it looks like he's trying to hold it. He succeeds. Carries it into the next round.
Crucial.
Comeback.
To do that sort of thing there.
Comeback.
I thought there was a chance for Maj, final play remaining.
Yeah.
As he was run spraying. If he got that first kill, maybe could have adjusted. Oh, that was a long time for Buzz to be able to readjust and get that kill. The crazy part too is if they didn't throw that Haunt, if they continued to
Makonya
drive all the way
turu
up,
sih.
they would have got value. There's no way for them to know completely that
Mako
Buzz is
nggak
alone
turu
there. But
sih.
with the amount of space that he
Harusnya
took
bisa
early
ya.
to take that duel in the first place against Maj. And the
8
original
ronde
contact that
Mako
they
nggak
had
nge-kill,
with Twisty
Cok.
as well.
DRX with a showers push. Mr. Fallen waiting on the other side with the Sheriff.
Sheriffnya cakep banget nih segini.
He spot a shoulder there.
And it's just Sheriffs too.
Sheriff's in a classic for Ada Captain.
This can't be the round that DRX lose the map on. They can't lose to a Thrifty.
I mean, given how things started, it would be a fascinating bookend, would it not?
Kawan 3 di Lems.
Utility primed and invested. See that smoke used. U-Haul control still in favor of Foot. And the consistent contact play just continues. And there you go, RB finding big ones. Looking for the third with the Vandal. Cannot. Kiwi on the trade.
Turun nggak sih,
And
Jess?
so far out that Zest has an angle to play with too.
Mr.
Udah kena
Fallen,
satchel di wantek.
potential for a 1v3. As soon as that smoke goes down, the Molly follows the spam. Mr. Fallen just unable to get out.
30 seconds left. There.
As time dissipates. Yeah. See if you can find a free one.
Not spammable on that angle.
My ult is ready.
Taking the orb does nothing either if he wants to fall anyways. And he does have to.
10 seconds left.
A formality as the round closes. DRX get up to 6. Yes, it was just Sheriffs, it was just pistols for Foot. But it's those kind of rounds that you need to get through, and you need to get through cleanly, and that's exactly what DRX do.
I think those last 2 rounds finally are starting to shift in my eyes. The sort of form that DRX is showing up with. It's improving, but slowly. RB coming up. There's been a couple of multi-kills. To build that confidence back up, it needs to be coming through consistently. Some the map that they've been struggling with over and over back in Pacific.
Oh, they're going.
It's so slow. What?
And it's canceled.
You know he has the ult.
He's perhaps just guessing on where he might be. I don't know.
I mean, he messed up the satchel there, it looked like. That needs to be an instant shot out when the KO ult is up.
Off the exchange of ultimates, foot reset. And as we've seen before, it's just context, it's just try. They want to go up short. Now Nightfall used.
Mati.
He's going to tech two, if I'm not mistaken. Kiwi with the kill with the nade.
How many bean shell kills is he going to get?
Iya.
Too many, more than he should.
Banyak banget.
Big follow-up ults here for Foot as well. There's one used.
Trying to go up top. I mean, we're just getting teased with these showstoppers not going off. Mako and RB holding it back. They can still do this. This is a 2v2. Spike in hand. Yeah, 35 seconds left. RB could be rezzed.
30 seconds left.
Is that going to bait the swing out? Sax is creeping forward, but he's flashed. It's all on the cracks, and Sax gets two. Somehow, DRX have gotten up to 7.
Where is this sort of thing coming from finally from DRX? I love that final play, tapping the pickup on the KO downed. Stax creeps up close. He's not affected by that flash. Yeah, the Nightfall there. In between timings where Zest has to put down his smoke, it's impossible for him to get away from the nade. And Stax with the finishing. Touches on that one though. Back into the round. Much quicker approach here from Foot.
I think it's just exploratory though. The spike is just now being scooped up. Maj has already fallen.
Maj just died to spam down short through the orb.
Foot once again calling breaks on the situation. Leaving Kiwi as the trap. It's just the Sheriff.
Ada dua orang coy katanya. Udah stack pasti
Very
gitu.
clean.
Dua orang,
So
smoke.
far against this light buy. And they have completely reset the ult cycle for Foot. They thought they were about to end the game last round. Remember, that showstopper was used, Brim ult was used, Nightfall was used. Maj still has his pit.
Warming up aja.
Other than that, it's fully dry.
Wah, ilah.
It's a nice one out with a Stinger onto Stacks. Still 4 rifles remain for DRX.
30 seconds left.
Buzz with another, the deep nade, unaware of the fact that a captain's up close, but it does not matter.
Nice.
Another round for DRX.
Might have known he was in that corner.
Come back nih.
He's happy to hold that.
Yeah.
It's a dual angle hold too. Against the long peak or the person who's stuck in that.
Bisa beli Ubay.
Well, it's not on the right. Again, well done from all of us. You saw the spam at the beginning of the round, taking down Maj. It is only that pit to deal with, and
Ini menang kesempatannya gede.
tools like the Seekers online to help against that. A counter pit as well if they ever do give up the site. So far, it's not really fallen for them.
4 rounds in a row for the defense, 5 of the last 6. The attempted ferocious comeback continues.
Ooh, going out.
Kena.
Getting pushed
Iya,
off, he's
good.
dead.
There's the little microaggression that you need to start punishing these dry walks from Foot. You are forcing depth to come out of Foot's trap hook now. Absolutely. Seekers pops. That scares me a little bit. There's no more tool to force against this Viper's pit if it does get used.
Remember how good Buzz was in the previous round. Still alive, still healthy. It seems like they may be pushing into him. Whether or not they commit on the safe short hit.
Looks like they're marking for a hunt when Mr. Fallen's dead.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Oh,
Wow.
that's so close! Buzz with
Wah,
another,
wah.
Buzz with 2!
Nice.
You believe yet?
It might be happening. Streak of 5. This is supposed to be Foot's better side. They started off by getting up to match point. It was 12 to 4. I think everybody's starting to hold their breath for this. I think DRX knows it's actually possible now. A tone shift in the last few rounds. Even at the beginning of any single one of these rounds that they won. Multi-kill, multi-kill, multi-kill.
They've changed their setup just a little bit. Buzz is playing up top, and it's actually Zest who's holding U-Haul. The slow methodical approach might be the answer this time, maybe? Maybe it's the pistols, or perhaps it's just going to be more DRX just cleaning them up.
Ya, ketahuan itu.
And he's caught. That's a weapon in the hands of Kiwi.
Kiwinya lolos loh.
Zest tucking. They've lost showers. Kiwi's so weak, and Zest knows he's passed right by the Roomba.
Mati harusnya.
But Kiwi's still running away.
Harusnya.
Paranoid of the pressure. Zest giving up the exploratory efforts at the worst possible time.
They're gonna need to smoke the spike and start to try to get a defuse going. Force them to come out of their hiding holes. Hit available for Mako, that could help.
8 HP. I mean, do you invest it here? Knowing was potentially, it's safe to spam, and another kill for Mako. 8 HP, 8 bullets, Sax in half. He has to pull off. Can Sax do a 1v3 by himself? He's trying to get knifed, and he cannot. Of course, it's a Thrifty that closes map 1. Foot walk away with the win, 13-9.
Right as you believed.
It's all a bait.
A fake comeback. What a surprise. What a game from Foot. That first half put them in just unbelievably good position. This team on the other side, though, they came back to life. You cannot deny that. They looked absolutely flat at the beginning. And clearly uncomfortable on that map. On that stage, on that situation. With elimination possible. The first time in almost 2 years that could happen for DRX. Still possible now. In fact, even more possible as we go on to map 2. But I have to say, they came swinging back. Buzz was active. Mako started getting active a little bit. Zest particularly. A few of those multi-kills.
Well, and I think to both of those, Mako and Zest, the two controllers, were the ones who struggled tremendously in the first half. So you're right. I think them coming back was a large contributing factor to the fake comeback, which is what it was. But you're right, Buzz continued to feel it. He was feeling very good. 19 and 18 when all things subside.
I'll mostly give it to RB as well, too.
Yeah.
That guy,
yep,
consistently delivering at this point for this team. But for Foot, they came in with a plan. They came in with the idea that they can duel over and over against this team, and they're happy. Mr. Fallen said they should be fearing us, not the other way around, which is an absurd amount of confidence for a team that has never qualified for one of these international events, that has never made playoffs at a global tournament. Whereas DRX is so storied. But they're still up 1-0.
Up 1-0. Fracture on the other side of this break. We'll see you guys there.
One more.
Animasinya keren sih.
Have you ever asked yourself, what am I missing? Or sought help from impatient friends? Or browsed desperately for answers that only bring up more questions?
Dulu nggak sih?
Match found.
Wah ilah yang AF kok banyak amat.
Remember, wipe the prints from your guns. It's just good crime scene etiquette. We will reveal their secrets. Hostile removed. Enggak tuh. Reyna killed. Slammer. Goodbye. 3 out of 5.
10 kills remaining.
Reyna killed. Fire's out. Foolish. No hard feelings.
Five kills remaining.
Enemy down.
One kill remaining.
I say that was a good job.
Mandi, woi, mandi. Bau lu sampai Medan. Bangke. Apa itu mandi? Arah siangan sih.
초반 실수 때문에 좀 스코어가 많이 벌어졌던 것 같고 프랙처에서는 이미 뭐 저희가 다 준비가 돼 있기 때문에
Canan, 감사합니다.
잘 이겨보도록 하겠습니다.
We're done analyzing football esports. We came in here ready and well prepared to go. I just think that on Bind, a lot of mistakes were made during the post plan. So we'll make sure to perfect our game going into Fracture, and we should be good.
Thank you very much, Jen, for translating, and thank you, Temi, for joining me. Let's see if DRX can turn this around.
Bren.
We need to audit this man's finances because
Mulai cuy,
I think the fact that he thinks the problem is in the post plan, they weren't even able to get into the post plan on their
Mau
attack side
mandi,
as well. When they were in the post plan, they have
go
good
green.
protocols when they want to set it up and delay, like
Betul.
but they're struggling to even get into that in the first place.
Yeah, and the way that he's answering that, it just sounds so one-dimensional, man. Okay, so take a look at the agent selected.
Udah serius nih, Arby udah pakai neon.
Yeah. It is going to be quite fascinating to see how this plays out here. But I'm curious if RB has what it takes to go toe-to-toe in those one-on-ones against Kiwi. Kiwi was on fire in those first kills.
I mean, yeah, it's going to be a lot on Kiwi, on RB actually to stop Kiwi, because Kiwi is, again, a heavily momentum-based player. When he gets going, if he's feeling fired up and like he's hitting every shot, I mean, it's brutal to try and shut him down. But I want to reiterate on the point that I was talking about before we even went to that coach's interview as well, which is the fact that, DRX are one-dimensional. They can be worked out on this map, but their ideas are pretty solid. Like, they have
baru bangun
ideas
mas, apa gimana?
to hold the A lobby control. Like, they have essentially three pieces to it, where they have one player playing anti, one player really far back, usually Mako playing like post-plant mollies. The ideas have a lot of thought put into it, and they are hard to break, but Foot have clearly demonstrated so far that they are doing that preparation, and I think they've got the skill to bring this over the line.
Well, let's see if it's going to be a 2-0, but DRX fans around the world, they want to see this go to 3. They need to see this go to 3 to send us back over to Doug and Bala.
You're absolutely right, Golden Boy. We saw Paper Thin on Twitter trying to summon any sort of dark magic help with the jersey that he puts on the floor. Ridiculous tweet. I did see Kanyang on the way back over here, and he was cold. Walking forward goes, it's our turn now. as they head to Fracture. I can see it.
That's kind of cold, but yeah, I can see it a lot, actually. I really think that DRX has really come up with a formula on this map that works really well. RB on this Neon is probably my favorite implementation of any Neon because his stuns are just so good and he's so decisive with his dashes or his slides with that character. It's going to be a really interesting battle. Kiwi has the momentum. That's what Gaius in that interview talked about, was momentum for this team, continuing to carry it forward after their win yesterday against ASC. And now here, they have to avoid a slow start among all other things. That has to be at the top of their list.
Fortunately for them, on the attacking side, they can dictate some of that pace or at least influence it more.
Lagi di Jepang dong lo. Ada kerja Mas, Mas Bim.
While currently not ferocious, is headed towards B.
Konnichiwa. Watashi wa Kodes.
If Kiwi's too fast, he won't break him, but he actually finds the one on top of the box.
Yeah, one gone, the other used.
That's kind of crazy from him.
Dude, they're going to have so much time to get into post-plane positions.
Look, this triple flank coming in from DRX, though. You're right. They're going to have time to get into post plants, but Krax is the only player here to receive it.
Rame guys. Weh, nge-stun apa tuh?
Self-stunned.
Yeah, certainly not the intent.
They're blocking each other now.
Playing closer to
Hampir
spacing,
ngebunuh
it's
teman
not great.
sendiri. Mampus.
Taking on into a bit more labor too. Mako with another. And now they funnel forward.
Kedengeran.
3 remain for the attacking
Wah.
side.
Gila, mati lagi.
Stack's so weak, he still gets the kill onto the opposing Sentinel. Buzz has gotten it half, 3/4 of the way. He's just going to hold it. And that's exactly what he does.
Awal yang baik. Hai, konnichiwa desu. Konnichiwa.
Both of the players up in tower, they get aftershocked off. They have no chance of finding that spell.
I don't know what I want to say. I don't.
All of it. Crazy part
I
here,
cannot
RB
speak English. I cannot speak Japanese lah.
Obviously, he's going to look for the kills, but allow the two players who are flanking
I
with
just
him to
know
not be spotted.
konnichiwa, watashi wa
But Maj with the underpass flank
Ike,
cancels that.
Kimochi.
Still allows that defuse to start very early.
You mentioned the need for Foot to avoid a slow start. Find themselves down 1, not really investing into this next round. While DRX have Bulldogs, I mean, across the board.
Haunt held as well for the players inside of halls there. Pretty good setup. Out of captain, going to start farming up these orbs. You can get plenty on this specific round here.
I believe they've already gotten 2.
The dish one, the arcade one. They're going to stop at this point. Let's go for the exec.
Yeah, not wanting min-max any further, they start to funnel their way forward out. Remember, the lighter weaponry that they have, how do they manage the disadvantage? So far, they cannot. Buzz has already gotten 2. Mako tucking into the smoke, Sax popping back out, and he's paying for it with his life. Mako now holding the angle, you see the haunt. Spike rotating back up, and it's going to be Buzz to receive. Here's him running, blows off a kneecap and blows off a head. Buzz with 4.
And here's that point where it either becomes a slow start from Foot or they start to clap back. This is DRX's pick. We've seen so many successes from them on this map. The way they play it is unique as well. A lot of times you saw the Fade only being used when it was like the Omen from Na'Vi way back when. They really reinvented this sort of idea. The Fade Neon. Other teams have been bringing in the Fade as well, just really unique haunts to be found. Foot with indecision there, you can tell. You saw the Kiwi wanted to go into halls there with a flash from Crocs, but Mr. Fallen already walking the other way. Leading his team towards this B site. Buzz 5-0 so far.
A heater of a start, especially given the performance he had on the first map too. He's just picking up right where he left off. Sun's out, and again, it's delay.
That's great from him, finding the gap between the stuns too. Fantastic prep against this Neon.
Oh, spam.
By the way, you can play on site right now, not worried about arcade, not worried about tower because of that alarm bot setup.
Gue banget ya cara
Foot
mainnya,
and
Bas.
B here. Maj is a position to potentially push
Apa
to
iya?
spawn. All right, I wonder how much of that that's going to draw back. Sax is down, Buzz swinging in. He has two served up right in front of him, but he couldn't see any of them.
Mati itu cara
RB looking to cut off the rotations, and it's Cracks who drops him.
Now Ada Captain has his ult too. Maj holding any rotation into the side, not anymore. 25 seconds too.
Orbital strike drops. That's
Buset,
85
langsung
HP.
di ulti, respect
He
banget
leads him
loh.
up. That's a spike down. Mako not able to hold.
He was on the line. But I love that reactive ult from Ada Captain. Knows that he's going to go for the gun. Knows that he needs to hold that space, either to push him deep into dish, so that they can get the site, they can get the plant, or to force him to fight them while he's still alone on the site. If RB gets to that, that's a different situation. So DRX still had that in their hands.
Halo adik-adik, jangan lupa di like nggak sih?
This trade of relay bolts, the stuns from the Neons.
And the knife from Cracks too.
So important.
Yeah.
To earn that early space, DRX wins the battle.
Right there.
And right back to Buzz. I mean, this feels like the same situation that we had in the last round, but there's a deeper alarm bot here, and Buzz will not have the freedom to give up off of tower because that alarm bot again. Deep into tree.
For Foot, it's a different approach too. They take underpass, go to the northern side, and want to split it a little bit harder. And here they find their space. The thing is, you have Buzz who's still playing up in tower, and they have to clear it, they have to check it. It's well considered by Maj. Off of the neural theft, that Captain does get the spike down. And there's just way too much for Sax to handle. Do they just cut losses here? Do they rotate off? Mako's the only one who's still alive. Zest was up a moment ago. It's equally unwinnable fight.
That's tough. That flash from Stax intended to help RB continue to flank onto tree.
Saving lagi, saving.
2 rounds in a row now for DRX. Lost. It's funny because I said emphasis needs to be here for Foot to stop a slow start from happening. I definitely think that's achieved already. But on the flip side, DRX needed to stomp on this map, I feel like. Need to bring the same energy that we saw from Foot in that first half on Bind. Here on the Fracture. Especially if they manage to bring it to a map 3.
Remember again, the owner of DRX with a foreboding, it's our turn. Brimming with confidence, and so far it just hasn't really met that expectation.
I'd be confident too with DRX's record on this map. But I wouldn't be confident after watching that Bind. I don't know how you can flip your mind after it.
Launching smoke.
An attempt must be made. You see that early space denied from DRX off the stun and the brim smoke too.
I really wonder what Termi was actually thinking backstage when he was speaking with his team in between maps. When he spoke to Yinsu. Good trade right there, but when he spoke to Yinsu, that did not give confidence to the desk, and I agree with him. It's just so crazy.
I mean, Bren was calling to audit the man's finances.
The Termi slander when the guy's a legend, but realistically, everything so far this season has put into question some of the decisions being made.
Right there.
An opportunity here, though, for DRX to silence the questions, at least temporarily. Get to a map 3. This is where they wanted to be. This is the setting that they chose. And they find themselves tied up too early on a light buy with no real ability to convert. The thrifties that came in droves on Bind, not found here.
Spike planted.
I want to see a shift of the setup now. Buzz has been playing on this side over and over and over. Some of the similar situations. Nanoswarms on one side.
GG. Lu mana gua semalam?
Full control of arcade multiple times.
Ada peperangan padahal semalam.
Multiple successes. Even in the round where they swapped over towards A, they got success on B before heading back. I'm going to see Mako getting onto that site, anchoring with Buzz. Holding on against the Neon.
That was how they were currently set up right before heading into this timeout, which DRX has called. We'll see if there are any adjustments on the opposite side of this.
Foot just needs to continue doing what they're doing. I mean, Kiwi has not slowed down since that first map. The guy's 7-2 already. And he has a lot to do. I mean, he's not just playing the Rays from last game. He's the Neon. He's a duelist. Duelist a lot of times. Okay, they just
Ada orang.
On the opposite side of this.
Foot just needs to continue doing what they're doing. I mean, Kiwi has and staying on top of the pivots. In fact, I think are the most impactful players here for Foot so far.
Mas Bim anjing.
It's early timeout for DRX as well. They needed it on bind. Didn't really net them much early in that first half. The strategic shifts have not been there. And I don't think they're there again. This time it's arcade control rather than halls, rather than A main. But the setup on B where they've been getting exposed is the same.
Jalain orang
Maybe just a bit more spread out as far as the utility that he's invested, but you're right.
Yeah, he put the Nanoswarm on arcade entrance instead. Mako on the site this time.
Kiwi's pushed his way into Canteen.
Udah kayak pemerintah lu mas, udah salah nggak mau ngaku.
A 1-for-1, but the damage done.
Only one smoke from Captain too, and yeah, this pivot.
Oh, dia Ebol nih Arbin.
Excuse me, Stax is really concerned about more players coming through Canteen right now, but there is nobody there, which leaves RB alone on this site. Still 2 stuns, can delay for quite some time.
Di atas, Ebol katanya gitu.
There's the first.
Di atas,
There's the second.
Buru.
The delay done. The Rolling Thunder invested.
Telat Rolling Thundernya.
Nobody can follow up on the stuns right now. There's 3 players stuck in walls.
They don't have dish control either. Maj is posted up there
right
now. Providing cover, Stax flash on the turn, tries to get the shots, he cannot.
Cage trigger.
It's another clean round out from Foot.
And that indecision from Stax there. The IGL who's usually so confident in the calls that he's making. Not sure about what came through on that B site. Buzz and Mako not communicating effectively towards him. Watch. Kiwi comes through. The only player there, Zest, who dies to him. Not able to actually confirm any extra info. So Stax stays off. That breach ult is great for RB to follow up on in the site.
Pemerintah Indo. Maksudnya gimana lu 100-an nih? Mau yang mana nih? Mau follow, mau ini apa pemerintah Indo? Yang menang siapa? Yang akan berkuasa.
Buzz right now.
Jangan kalau yang favorit itu jangan deh. Soalnya tebakan gue tuh bener, Cuk. Gue tuh bisa time traveler gue. Gue udah tahu nanti siapa yang presiden siapa berikutnya. Follow lah. Oh, aman. Berarti kalau follow. Mau yang mana? Gue megang DRX gimana? Gue yakin sih. Nah, ini udah kalah lu serius? Ya gue megang Foot lah kalau gitu. Kalah lu, jangan. Nggak imbang katanya. Ini bakal kalah DRX. Lagi geter ya. Udah kayak bool lu.
There's the first nano and it's a pinch. They're rotating in from the southern side. They've got him boxed in.
He's looking though. Captain ready for it.
Captain the first to fall. Buzz on the swing. The timing is great. Mr. Fallen joins him. But Kiwi finding the space to.
Tapi ini penentuan sih. DRX harus mati-matian. Soalnya kan ini penentuan lolos-lolosnya. Kalau sini salah satu mereka ada yang kalah, bakal pulang gara-gara masing-masing.
Zest gets the kill.
Wow, lo. Di duluan satu gini. Dapat spike sih. Lari ke A nggak sih? Oh enggak. Ketahuan. Lari ke A lah. Cuk.
Way on high.
Lalu yakin.
Finally controlled there.
Lu mau apa? Map ini apa? Siapa yang menang nih? Lu mau yang mana? Map ini apa gimana? Apa siapa yang di map ini yang menang apa? Siapa yang bakal lolos? Iya map ini aja harus kagak lah. Ini map pilihan di RX anjing.
Just an auditory tease that death was impending.
Map pilihan di RX ini. Belum lagi attackernya. Attackernya RB gacor, Cok. Kan pakai neon dia. Di attacker pasti yang gacornya soalnya.
Getting value in the hands of Buzz. Mako with the ult, but Kiwi with the swing.
Somehow got through that smoke is Zest deep. RB flanking as well.
Yeah, he just got hit by a trip though.
Look at Maj. He's gonna be way too late. Util out though, cracks.
Surely you consider the positioning there.
Lo, spike ini tinggalin lo. Gak ada yang jaga lo. Stick terus gak sih? Lo.
What a call. Thrown asunder under the blunder of their own fumble.
What's that? 2 people caught out with Util there. Okay, we got behind. 2 people in that smoke.
Oh.
And DRX holding on for now. Still not pretty though.
Gue cuma suka PRX dan cuma kenal PRX. Payah lo.
Foot need to continue extending this lead. They're definitely in better form right now. Definitely, without a doubt. And up 1-0 right now. They cannot let that form slip.
Diosus anjing. Ya udah gue foot gimana? Apa yang gue pilih pasti langsung menang. Lu foot. Ya udah gue di RX kayak gitu. Serius nggak? Gue di RX nih. Kalau map ini mah gue di RX.
Space garnered by Foot.
I think in this case you actually want Maj to take some contact here to make it look like they're still hitting towards B and strike out of A. I don't think that's the plan. Instead of sand crunch.
There's no concealing this at all.
This works just as well though. Execution, where's it at?
You have 2 on site, and the orbital strike should separate. It does. Maj not able to find a second. As Sax is on their trade, Buzz, who's going to be rotating so late, still has that lockdown to play around. So if they commit to the site, they're going to have him trapped in.
Remember, Out of Captain just uses Brim ult too, can't break it.
No Hulls control for Foot. What's the play? Deal. Cracks has been spotted. He was stunned. And now dead.
Kita stop dulu. Ini deal nggak? Deal ya. Lo ke Discord, coba ke Discord untuk ngomong deal. Deal gitu di Discord. Keren judi. Iya lagi.
Kontol.
Oke. Jadi pas yakot. Oke, udah deal ya. 100k gue di RX walaupun kalah dia 5-4. Gue tetap di RX. No matter what happen, DRX gonna win.
Early space taken away from DRX.
Now look at that space they have in tree. But with that smoke, I mean, it's a given. What's going on right now? It's fully understood.
Attack inside, all rotating over, and
oh my goodness,
they thought they had a trap set up. RB uses the ult.
Oh, and he gets tagged too. He had a judge in the last round. It must be considered the shotgun.
He's playing up in tower. He's got utility to.
It's gonna run out, yeah.
Provide cover.
Ult's gone.
He was tempted. He wanted to push out through that smoke.
That would have been an awful decision.
Masih bisa balik loh.
What we know on the minimap right now.
They're gonna funnel their way out.
Low, hey.
Spoiler, but he's sectioned off and he's dead. Only taking one with him. Mako on the swing. Buzz finding value with it.
Oh gosh.
Zest is still here. He's playing far off. All he has is a classic.
Oh! Let's go!
We're tied at 5.
50.
Yeah, that's fun. Little Bucky action up in tower. That's long range too.
Main sampingan yuk, lu milih siapa? Sampingan lagi anjing. Dia kayak main gaple, lu bener dah. Sampingannya banyak banget tai. Tembak MVP di DRX siapa? 100k-an lagi Dio. Lu sama Dio ya, kalau mau lagi lah. Pokoknya ini gue menang yakin di DRX nih. Yoi, time out udah geter dia, Cok. Vote, Cok. Di thrifty dia. Gue berak.
Having problems with it all. They stuck themselves in arcade and sat there for about 40 seconds.
Lumayan dapat cepet dari Mas Bin.
And again, I think they even made the right choices in that round. After they saw that smoke come down, the stun coming in from Stax and RB, they knew the play that was being made. They got away from that complete trap on the south side. DRX sprung that. Didn't find anything. So the main plan, main idea fails. And even with that foot, greater weaponry still lose that round.
Been a lot of proposals.
Ini apa sih? Jadi rusuh banget dah level apa ini. Ah, kan?
Yes or no, Mako?
Mau ngapa jadi susah, Cok?
He's got other things to focus on. It's been tough for him. Tough, slow going this entire series.
Oh, bisa dipencet gini ya tadi.
The same magical moments that he had.
Ngapain harus samping ya?
Even against EG, he had a couple. For the most story.
Tunggu sampai switch run dia, kita mulai pilih MVP siapa satu sekali.
Shocking.
It's the same hit. Kiwi's through again.
Canteen satu dong, aware dong canteen.
This time not cutting off any rotations. There's never none to be had.
I don't think that turret even spotted right now.
Which is interesting because they should have heard it go off.
Gua kalau sudah godakin, woi canteen woi satu gitu. Canteen satu itu. Aduh. Si itu dengar nggak sih harusnya Jess tadi aja ke canteen.
Kiwi's still hunting. RB getting real close to attempting this 1v4, but oh
no. No.
He's going for the knife.
What kind of skin?
Dipisoin anjing.
What's the skin on the knife?
Anjing dipisoin gak nih?
Yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it.
It's over. When the knife comes out, oh no.
Ya pas switch run kayaknya wifi gue error. Kayaknya gak bisa untuk mulai backnya.
I see RB's reaction to that. It's gotta be an absolute jump scare.
Milih MVP mah gampang. Ya, gue tahu nih siapa yang bakal MVP-nya.
Late in the first half, 4 ults to work with. While DRX only have 1 and that's Buzz's lockdown.
Lu nembak MVP yang mana nih? Yang dari DRX atau dari Foot?
A knife that we've seen a couple of times only tagging RB as we've seen before.
Oh, interesting, actually. The only person without an ult, but still collecting the orb.
Yeah, they're going to make a run at it. Get ever closer.
Bapak video lemah.
Have the spike as well, so
WD kata mamaku mas.
Kiwi going for the neon. Ult slides in. Gets cancelled, deleted. But everybody playing offside. Buzz not even here. Remember, he's been there every single time.
Oke, anak muda.
Stax managed to get his rolling thunder.
Bus nggak pernah pakai ulti
They
loh.
have 2 big ults.
This is odd too. Buzz is gonna get into position to use the lockdown, but they do have the Brim ult to cancel it.
And Maj is already down there. They wanted to go an underpass, but there it is. Orbital strike, rolling thunder, and lockdown all invested almost simultaneously. Lockdown's cleared. Zest on the swing, 10 HP.
Already defusing.
He's already gotten it to half. That's
huge.
The half. In the face of the Molly, stays alive.
Sis lu mana?
Mr. Fallen too.
They're both so weak. Maj on the
Itu masih
swing.
dipakai, Cok. Nah.
Spotted. There's the aftershock that you were just mentioning. Now the fall line, the swing is there.
Nah, good, nice.
He's already gotten it. Zest is gonna hold it the whole way. Tied at 6.
Dari DRX aja, dari
What a half that was.
susah soalnya attacker di awal. Mau pasti prajudi dia.
Last game I felt very similar about the
Tergantung, kalau mamanya orang Batak pasti pernah.
But instead we get this tie game. DRX is home
Orang
ground.
ibu-ibu orang Batak penjudi semua nih.
And when facing elimination, doesn't happen that often to DRX late in the tournament.
Sedangkan dia orang Sunda.
But right now, for the first time in a year to lose out in group stages, that's on their minds.
6-6 on Fracture, excuse me. DRX going to the attacking side. Golden Boy, take it away.
Thank you so much, fellas. Yes, 6-6 as we had just seen there, and I mean, look,
kalau dari DRX lu pilih siapa Mas MVP-nya?
A bit of a topsy-turvy game for both teams, actually. But it has been pretty cool to kind of just see DRX at the very least bring this back just a little bit, give them a fighting edge as they go into this next.
Yeah, they got a pistol round, they got the thrifty, they made an adjustment in the final round there too, and Foot made some like big errors to be able to draw this one level
yang MVP bakal ini sih.
I feel like it shouldn't have been this close.
Di map ini kan, MVP di map ini. Nah, gue taruhan yang menang Sweet boleh nentuin keluar di dalam.
Buzz looking like a John Wick on the site. I mean, he was just absolutely popping people from range of it. I mean, it's just absurd, but they've made it respectable. 6-6 now, and arguably as well.
Tolol.
As long as they're not really, you know, pushed off the way that they were.
Kepikiran aja anjing. Lu kepikiran aja pas mikir kayak gitu dia bangsat. Anjing kalau ini bener dah. Bentar tunggu dulu orangnya lagi baru gue tebak. Ini mah gampang cok. Lu nembaknya.
Makes sense. Yeah, also, I mean, we got a knife kill with the Neon battle.
Oh, there it is. Why not?
Kiwi was pushing Canteen all the time, and that's why I said Mako got a nice adjustment at the end, being able to stop final round to actually bring it 6-6. I think this map now comes down to have Foot got the read on DRX's head and homework.
Yep, that's right. All right, guys. Well, let's see how this all unfolds. Can DRX
ajakin yuk. Gocap aja yuk. Ini lu pilih rokok-rokok dia rokok-rokok. Sebungkus. Lu pilih si Bas, pilih Bas. Bas MVP-nya ini.
Much like you said, Bala, much like Josh said on the desk.
Bas kalau nggak Mako sih.
Like it should be this close, but alas, here we are.
DRX has had to rely, like Brent said, on this chaos, the injection.
Mako tembakannya lagi mulai naik lagi Mako nih. Jadi map pertama turun dia, Cok.
Could have looked at an 8-4 half instead.
Ya, 50k pun jadi anjing.
But it did land in favor of them, and now
Arby's so quick, so confident, but right back. Kiwi's even more.
It's just crazy. Love it. We just mentioned the Neon versus Neon battle.
Tapi lebih gampang milih Foot sih. Udah pasti MVP-nya. Q.
Fallen looking to deal some damage, but it's actually Stax who walks away with 2.
Q sih pasti udah pasti MVP.
Foot play right there. Just going right up for the recontact.
Santai Mas, masih kesoran, gak usah panik.
How effective it was.
Gak usah takut kalah, tenang. DRX sama Foot masih belum tahu ini lawannya. Tapi kemungkinan besar sih bakal di RX sih. Jadi linknya udah gue kasih kan ke lo kan, tinggal ya.
Counter sets, or excuse me, Paper Thin's little DRX pentagram.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pistol round 2, so not even a chance of a ninja. With the door opening, he's confused as to what the situation even is. He's just looking for kills at this point. Yo, let's get that. Cypher on board. How about that?
Stack nih coy. One-tap manja adik-adik.
About to say, you talk about getting an ult online. Sax has already gotten what, 5?
Holy moly.
That was such a Neon.
IQ-nya maju, duanya pada di belakang.
Stunned in the face, just saw a member die. I'm taking the fight.
So you got the orb plus the plant plus 3 kills, 5 points. 3 more to go. He's going to have it in that 3rd round, almost certainly. Yeah, as you're looking at an anti-eco where they have plenty of time to collect those orbs.
Ontol.
Tenang, nggak usah panik, tenang.
Love what Foot are doing actually. Taking the space, taking at least one of those orbs away.
Ke B nggak sih, lebih seksi.
Wouldn't be surprised not to see him actually take this site, but
B-nya lebih seksi sih.
does have that spike, so at the very least he'll end
Kerja
up
bagus.
Buka Arbi.
Unless the Foot rotation comes in.
I mean, it's hot to trot. They're taking some space mid, and then Buzz on the
Lo.
northern side. Do you get out or do you fight?
Bosnya
He
kabur,
chooses
Cok.
to evade and flee.
A-nya clear. Lari. A-nya clear.
Buzz knows though.
Gara-gara cakep banget infonya, Bas. Bas infonya gokil sih.
That's why he's on the stage in Europe here. DRX get out onto the site. They should be able to get the spike
site-nya
down.
kosong. Infonya Bas bagus banget.
Foot with just pistols. Gonna have to attempt this retake in a 5v5.
Chill.
The normal situation here would be for Foot to stay way back and spawn. Not give up anything, because I think you should be pressing tab, checking the ult points for stacks. He's one away. They're getting up close though. They're gonna give him a fight.
That's just only one far off though. Buzz has already gotten 2. Make that 3. Now Stack showing, looking for some of his own. He just wants 1.
Nggak mungkin kalah nggak sih?
Is he gonna find it?
Buzz chill.
Nope.
Interesting. Very interesting. Going on the bonus right now is 3 Bulldogs carried over. That's pretty good. And a full buy coming in from Foot. I don't think I expected them to go that deep onto the site right there with just the pistols, but you've had such success from both sides.
Nah kan, dapat 4 kill anjing, Bas.
On the
MVP
thrifty
dia.
rounds. Oh, Molly already lined up for tower. This is the classic DRX, but a strategy that was being used against them by ASE so often.
They're so fast.
Gila.
Everything is pacey. And it nets him a kill, but the pace is injected right back as the defense holds the line.
Anjing. Gokil, Cok.
Still with that though, the spike out of reach currently. Picked up by Mako.
These guys are just getting spammed through.
Kantin. Nice. Nice, Jess. Nice strat.
Mr. Fallen, 1v2, not able to convert. Mako cleans him up. DRX gets 9.
That's huge. It's crazy to think that execute, which worked so well to actually push Cracks. Cracks jumped through that entire molly, died as the players came through arcade, but then Foot somehow clawed their way back into that situation. And converting the bonus right now. DRX looked to put this game away. Brent said they were favored on this half. I would definitely agree with them. But with the form that they've shown so far, I didn't expect it to come super fast. Oh gosh.
Oh.
Much like that round. Starting right off the bat with the kill.
Remember, Buzz was playing so far back last time, off the turret, to take the rope. This time, not even considering the fact that they could push him.
Nice.
Oh, Maj was in such a good position, but RB wise to it. Swings out from Sand, cleans him up. And that was the last line of defense that they had on site proper.
Falling back into post plants. No need to stress anything right now. RB, the only player on the site. He's got a wall to play around. You heard Termy talk about how to get in the post plants. That was the problem for them, was in these situations on bind, but I agree with Brian. It wasn't even that. They couldn't even get in these post plants. It's stuff like this that interrupts them. Mako's molly is out.
It's a 2v2 here. Krax has picked up a weapon. Time is short.
Last player standing.
Why, he just turned on Mako.
No!
Crazy! Oh, not at the same time.
It's close, but they've got it.
It should.
What the fuck?
Thrifty round for Foot, and I was actually just thinking, man, it feels like momentum has so quickly been deflated out from Foot. What an injection.
Sabar dong, udah di molly loh.
I need to see Krax turn on Mako. That was happened off screen, but...
Let's see the shot.
That's that one. That one's the easy one.
And this is...
Right.
That's disgusting.
How did you see him, bro?
What are you talking about?
Shoot
What
anjing.
shots? He's just like, let's click. That might have been a misclick. Literally might have been a misclick. That's crazy.
Anjing footnya.
That could have been the turning point of this game.
Yep.
Gila Anla. Tembakannya laki banget, Cuk.
For the defense in the hopes of a 2-0.
Laki sih.
Slowly working their way back to life.
Itu dulu semua. Mantap pula.
Not just any 2-0, a 2-0 against DRX to send them out of groups.
I mean, you can't hear a thing on the map right now. Nothing but a giant, quiet jump spot. And that is how things are up.
Mati lu Q anjing.
With the wall up, and it's Buzz who gets the kill.
Wear dong, satu tower. Ya, mati juga. Nice.
Chance for the third, but no.
Got the Brimble
here.
Could catch something else.
There's the spike. Add a captain holding for now.
Ulti.
Oh, he tapped to try to bait it out.
It never came.
Mampus, pengen udah mati, yang penting.
How do they go about this? Sacks on the flash. Note how weak he is. 54 HP.
Picknya jangan pick dong, sayang.
2 now. Now ult invested. And that's gonna keep RB at bay for now. Stuck on the outside, looking in. He's healthy. He's got ult.
Pick.
Damage challenge. And now the captain holds him back.
DRX had that round. They had it 2v3.
And that's 2 rounds in a row that they had.
The grip on the map, their choice. It's
Stack
falling
langsung
out.
pick sih. Harusnya lebih sabar nggak sih?
What a round from Ada Captain too. The perfect opportunity to use his ult. You thought maybe to deny the plant. No, he uses it to section off the post plant. He knows DRX has been struggling.
Tembakan yang ngeri banget.
RB is not a factor in that at all. And I think Zest in Arcade doesn't realize that he's not going to have help on that cross. And he fights alone while RB is sectioned away.
Time out.
Funny enough, right now, this timeout called. You're wondering which side. On my screen right now, Foot using their second. I think it makes sense what we're seeing on screen right now.
Tell me why. Tell me more. Why is that? Why does that make sense?
2 big rounds in a row. They're in control now. Let DRX steep in the fact that they just lost 2 very, very winnable rounds. The crazy part to me, though, that's their last time out. So
yeah,
using that, and I think also it's the perfect time to start speaking the things that you're seeing everybody on the team, because you know little things are being seen by Ada Captain. That sort of idea, you know. He's spotting, okay, when they play in their post plants, they always fall back. They're easy to split off, that sort of thing. Twist the knife with the information you have so far.
Right there.
On buy command. Buzz doesn't even know what to buy. On this attack side, it's not going to be the judge. Stinger up, Vandal up. Little light buy in.
And pace forward. You see the Haunt tagging Maj.
I mean, love this position from the 2 players who are actually holding on A. No, they're not going to be able to fight the site, but holding on to drop right now with this breach hold in position is huge.
Right there.
Mampus lu.
Some time for Kiwi to rotate to the southern side.
That breach hold gone just by Sky.
Udah mati anjing.
So all of a sudden,
ultinya nggak ada.
Ulti
blitz. Cakep.
Remember, the Thrifties have come in bunches this series. There's another opportunity at one here.
Udah bas, jangan pick lagi, sabar.
Kiwi not finding anything yet. The stun.
Try to pinch halls.
Threat. And now the neural theft.
Dude's flying.
Ketahuan
Maj
dong.
has already gotten 2.
They will come in too. Mako can't use his Brimble.
No, they can just bully him. He's tucking tail and trying to run away.
Nice.
Swings out at just the right time, looking for the second, not converted.
Low.
Zest left alone. Nothing but a Sheriff. Finds one.
Time.
He's got a gun. He's got spam.
Yeah, gonna.
Doesn't get the half.
Let's go.
What a play.
What a play, bro.
The Red Bull clutch.
And the target switch too.
Kan bangsat Nonton.
He was aiming at the other player, didn't even think to go for the spike until the last second there. That is just crazy. What a retake from the Foot players. But what a clutch. Out of Zest. What a clutch. That's the guy who wasn't playing the first two series from DRX. Look at this flash. They're going to go for a north side push.
Udah 98 aja, udah 10-8 cuy.
There are two here. Zest flashed, couldn't see a thing.
Reminiscent of that round that they closed out against ASC.
RB dapat 1.
Underpass control though.
Yeah, well done by RB to fill that space. Fight back a little bit on the crunch.
Manaswarm to delay the fight and hence this ult. They're going to go for it still.
Harus maju, harus maju.
Buzz glad to take one with them, jogging out with the shorty and finding the kill on a Kiwi.
What a strange decision.
4 lawan 2, 4 lawan 2, disiplin. Mana di RX yang disiplin? Di RX harus disiplin. Sama lo.
How's that work? Still gets the kill.
Good, 3 lawan 1. 3 lawan 1.
Potential for a Maj 1v3.
Aku ada ulti. Oke, Molly, cakep.
Molly swinging by. RB found. But it's just a tease.
Iya, nggak ada waktu. Kabur. Save.
RB does a great job to fall off. DRX gonna get up to 11. Great response from DRX instantly, recognizing that north side push was coming in. They sure lose one player in Zest. And then they fight back into underpass. And they're comfortably controlling this situation.
This was fun, obviously Buzz getting his kills there, but it was all set up off of RB filling in that space. The understanding of the timing to
Iko,
was set up to get the lockdown through.
Abis ini match point. Mas Bim, jangan kabur kamu Mas Bim.
Or you have to have a follow-up plan to deal with underpass. Either controlling tree or at least having somebody posted up on that line. Foot again, forced back to Iko.
Udah ajan, Cok.
Udah juhur.
Waktunya makan siang gak sih? Enak banget Cok kayak gini Cok, nge-stream. Dapat makan siang dari Mas Bim. Gokil Mas Bim. Ketahuan dapat infonya. Hanya bisa diras, lari dong.
Couple bullets traded early.
Udah ketahuan lagi. Udah ketahuan.
By the taking of the ropes and the hit towards A. RB the first, following the Prowler, getting the kill on Data Captain and looking for more.
Awesome stuff from RB.
Wow.
Nice. Satu lagi shot terakhir. Nice.
Beautiful.
5 lawan 2. 5 lawan 2.
Control, but they still want to go for a sands push. RB uses his wall on the other side
satu lagi
out
ada
of
ulti.
halls to actually section it off so
Abis
he
ini
can
ulti
fight
4.
sand without any of the players on site being there. And the timing is perfect. He cleans up to 2 first kills and then has to fight the guy on site as the wall falls. Perfect anti-eco. Buzz is hunting the gun. Maj should be saving this. Mr. Fallen should be challenging.
He's posted up just on the other side of the door, and it seems like that Fallen's going to push him off. The flash to counter, and he's dead.
Full blind, though.
Yeah.
Here comes Buzz.
Only weapon he had. 40 HP. Is he going to get there in time?
Oh, he hears him now, so it should be okay. Maj.
Staying alive. Wow.
Apa ini gue baru bangun gue lihat kok akun gue ngecek di sini. Alah titit. Ada titit.
Timing so good.
Tadi lu 1298 aja lu. Titit. Lumayan dapat uang makan siang. McD enggak sih? Pesen McD enggak sini gua? 12-8 coy.
Here's that execute. The 1-4 split to take up into towers. But it's a full fake. What a call out from Stacks. Everybody on foot has bit.
They may have caught it early though. I don't know if it was the fact that the rope went off, but you're already starting the rotates come through.
Ooh, they don't have Hall's control, and they're not on site. So yes, they might have bought that fake. Oh, the double flank!
RB is behind Kiwi right now.
Can he get his revenge?
Nice.
Backstab with the Vandal, no time for the knife, of course.
Add a Captain, Mr. Fallen, both with ults. Big ones. The first used, and it's traded right back. Now that all that's out of the way, they still have 3 ults on the side of DRX.
Counter breach ult coming.
I mean, they've got them primed and ready to go. How on earth do you navigate everything that they're throwing at you? A kill like that is certainly going to help. It's Zest on the equalizer. Orbital strike dropped. Fire falling from the skies. As it's only one left on defense, Mr. Fallen. Can he keep the map alive? 1v2. Mako creeping forward. Assassination style takes us to Haven.
Just too much to deal with in that final round. All the ults invested. We're going to map 3. Wouldn't have it any other way for DRX. Couldn't have been another disappointing exit.
Mas Bim 100.000 dari Mas Bim 100.000 dari Mas Bim 100.000 dari Mas Bim 100.000 dari Mas Bim.
Spoken to you. It's our turn now. It's just crazy.
He was right.
And honestly, I'm looking at Haven. This is such an interesting battle. We got the Gecko from Foot. We got DRX who historically has been such a good weapon. They haven't been able to rely on it as much of late. But my goodness, I can't wait to see the prep in this battle for both sides.
Such a scrappy first half, and for it to end the way that it did, with DRX finally creating some separation.
Nice. Dapat uang makan kita, Cuk. Kita dapat uang makan. Uang McD nggak sih? Asal pesen McD nggak sih? EDG Festival gas nggak? Nggak jadi. Ini orang-orang ini ngacungin gua taruh pada nggak kapok loh, bener-bener dah. Lu apa? Gue EDG deh, EDG. Gue. Lu pasti pilih T1 kan? Apa lu mau T1? Apa lu mau EDG? Gue T1. Dia main jam berapa sih? Jam 4 gua soalnya harus berhenti live gua.
Fight. Clear to engage. Weapons hot. Get out.
Habis ini paling ntar gue nontonnya map pertama doang. Gue yang menang nanti, tak anjing yang menang nanti.
Bad guy down.
Mas Bim, where are you? Where are you?
Dominating.
Tembakan apa gitu coba? GG, yoi. Menang kita Dio, lumayan uang makan dari Mas Bim. Tapi tadi MVP-nya siapa MVP-nya? Coba kita lihat.
Dominating.
Map kedua MVP-nya Mako. Tuh. Coba lu tadi milih Mako, Dio. Lu milih Mako, Mas Bim kan mau milih Bas kan? Lu milih Mako harus tadi. MVP-nya dia, Cok. Kill 16, 11, 10. Prosesnya enggak deh. Bas benar MVP-nya. Prosesnya 252. Enggak, yang atas ya. 252. Bener Bas. Bener. Kalau dari cepet kan taruhan. Di bawahnya Bas baru Mako.
Three kills.
Nge-lag, Cok.
Dominating. Dominating. Ten kills remaining.
Kill.
Wah. Udah stream dari jam berapa, Dat? Pura-pura nggak tahu anjing. Mana makan siangku, Mas Bim? Butuh anggota nggak, Om? Anggota apa tuh? Anggota perang kah? Lagi watch party, Cok. Ini main Dead Space doang. Gua nggak main kompe. Lagi watch party. Watch party guys. Lagi nonton Citi. Watch party kesannya kayak rame banget gitu. Party gitu. Ada party nonton. Maksudnya apa sih tadi? Ya Allah, gak kena. Oke Om. Siap-siap.
One kill remaining.
Lu kemarin gue invite lu kagak. Iya. Makan siangku mana Mas Bim? Mas Bim, Mas Bim, Mas Bim, Mas Bim, Mas Bim, Mas Bim. Mas Bim scam guys.
They say it all the time. They're such a confidence-based, momentum-based
Hari ini
team.
ada
And I think Kiwi's just had a bit of a bad
T1
game.
jam berapa ya?
The coaches were saying as well after that first map as well.
T1 EDG jam 1.
I think DRX are in a pretty good spot right now, actually, to try and close out this this series.
I think if you are DRX right now, you at some point you have to believe that this is possible, because you kind of go in that first game really just meandering about, not really finding much success, and then you start to see what the core, Josh, of what this team is capable of doing in map 2. Surely they're going into this Haven with confidence that they can close out the series. Not confidence that they'll win the tournament or like thinking too far ahead. I think they can genuinely believe in themselves to win this game because they do have what it takes.
Yeah, they definitely do. I mean, the problem is, it just comes down to, I think on game 1, the individual talent's all there, but their game plan was awful.
Yes.
So they're not able to do anything. Map 2, their game plan's pretty decent and their individual play's excellent, so they get it over the line. Haven, I think that their game plan normally is looking quite decent. So I think I do favor DRX towards the end, and that's got to be gutting for Foot.
The funny thing is, as well, you're being highly critical of DRX in terms of not being
VCT, apa dat VCT,
fade out the defensive
VCT.
util and then re-hit when they have that advantage, and they keep that out of them. Haven is such a big map, it forces you to do that.
Valorant Champion Tour. Gak usah pura-pura, gak usah pura-pura.
DRX's attack side on this map is the side that typically looks the best.
Lapar loh ini loh.
Because of that, it forces them to actually play in that way, where they're taking their mid rounds to break some of the util in garage.
Heaven.
They take their time towards a lobby or whatever else. So I really do think that DRX should be favored.
Gak pernah kalah. Extend play.
Towards a lobby or whatever else.
Gak pernah kalah, Cok.
I
Di
really do think
Heaven.
that DRX should be
2-1 buat Foot ini bisa-bisa.
Remember, this is an elimination match. For one of these two teams, the tournament run ends on the other side of this.
Why are you so happy about it?
It's exciting, man. I'm fired up.
Yeah, we get to send 2 teams home again today. 2 more teams
NA
tickets to playoffs.
near airport.
DRX. Historically, it's been there for them. They've always made it to
Udah
playoffs.
makan dat
for the last
belum,
2
Mas
years.
Bim?
Haven't missed
Aduh,
once.
gimana
The
nih?
only time they did was back
Aing
in
belum
Champions
makan, Cok.
2021. Such a
Lapar
surprise to see
nih.
them even in this position.
Nungguin
And
lu
Foot,
nih.
a chance to be the first
Tadi lu
team
bilang katanya mau ngasih gua
since
100.000
SMB
buat
way
beli
back
makan McD.
to really do some damage in a group stage. And with the pressure off, they've already qualified for champions at this point since yesterday. With the pressure off, they look to do damage against DRX of all people. That would be a shift. That would ruin the pick'ems.
Gua coba
for
ini
many.
dulu. Lihat dulu.
Foot on the attacking side, they run the Gecko, which has just fallen out of favor for most, but they still believe in it. They still continue to run this comp. We'll see if they can find success against DRX here. Because it seems like they're expecting aggression, and honestly, Foot are right. DRX have already sent 2 down mid. There's a setup for Stacks to hit with the fault line too. He can provide support from B.
For Mr. Fallen to expect that angle out of Buzz is crazy. But Buzz does get the better of him in terms of HP. It's dry walks from both sides now.
It just feels like it's just going to be so much poking and prodding from both sides. You're right. Contacts, dry walk, see what you can find. The shock dart just a little off. But the fear is instilled.
I mean, he's low HP. 1 tap will do it. So that's why he's so scared.
The alarm bot cutting things off, but it's a 4-player flank from DRX. Maj is only going to have to deal with 2, but he might have his hands full anyway. Yep. Mako clean. How much more can they find as Buzz gets a second, trying to spam through, and that's, you can't ask for much more of a retake for DRX.
That dart is perfect out of Zest. And the pressure too much for them to even deal with that dart at all. Buzz with the dash into a smoke as well out of long. That is really, really nicely done. 4-person flanks. That's crazy, isn't it?
It's bold.
And with the space that they had at the beginning of the map, yeah, sure, take that space, go for it. Go extra. Mosh had a lot of work to do. Krax was completely stunned up, couldn't really deal and help with him. Not only is that dart lighting everybody up, but it's also lighting up the players down in hell.
Yeah, that dart was beautiful.
So good out of Zest. They're getting going early.
It's exactly what they need. And you talk about getting going early. A Vandal in the hands of Buzz, round 2. Doesn't look like he's going to be tested. As Foot with their 5 pistols towards Garage for now.
Traded stuns. What is that? Turret's not even broken yet, but it does allow Krax to take down RB. Breaks up the crossfire. Or creates a crossfire, I should say. Mako here to hold on.
Mako's playing a minigame, having to shoot all utility out from the skies, from the floor beneath him. Somehow still staying around. Zest swinging through, and that should clean things up.
Scratching my head at that smoke. For Mr. Fallen on spawn. They give so much room for the DRX players who were already within it to pounce out of it. Yeah, it's anti-eco though, not the biggest of deals. DRX expected to convert. You're right though, Mako. That's the key thing with this Gecko composition, with Gecko compositions in general. You want to try to combine it with shootable utility. The thing for him is, and for Foot, it's surprising, but the only real thing is the util out from Krax. They try to combine it with nano swarms for Maj, but mostly just to try to land the nano. Not necessarily to get the flash off. I'm surprised at the amount of success that Foot have gotten with that fact. 4 and 2 on this map. It's a good map for them.
Here we see some of that utility combined with the aftershock and the dizzy.
Clears the complete left side of that site, so Mako has to play on the right. Smoke gonna be up soon.
And he's just gonna fill in the space that they thought was cleared. He tucks right back behind it. And he has a teleport. He can get out if he feels too much pressure.
Itadakimasu.
Now they're gonna try to fight together.
With the Bucky right out of the smoke, he's paranoid, but the wingman doesn't spot him. He doesn't spot him at all! RB with 2, robbed of the 3rd, courtesy of Mako. Finally landing it, switching weapons, the ball. A prime gaming flawless for DRX.
Coy. Don ya, don apa cok?
3-0 with the circus from RB,
nipu anjing masih 267.
Back and forth between the shotgun and the Vandals. And the follow-up for Foot. I mean, they used so much util at the beginning of that round. And yeah, they have a second wave. But they're literally repositioned from DRX's directly into that space that was cleared from Foot early on. When they used the aftershock, when they used that mosh in the back left of sight. Foot back down to pistols. Yes, they've had success, but you can't continuously rely on the thrifty rounds to come through.
No, that has to break eventually. And this might be where it breaks. Buzz going aggressive, looking to finish him off, as is DRX. And they're teed up for it. One away from another flawless. Buzz looking for the kill, and he's set up for it, but RB takes it. But another prime gaming flawless for DRX. Is there a 4-0?
We gotta see the scoreboard here, because it's gotta look brutal for Foot. We got a glimpse of it. 3 kills total. 3 kills and 3 prime gaming flawlesses from DRX. Talk about a form shift. Maybe this was their playground the entire time. I've been saying this historically has been so good for DRX over and over and over. They come to maps against formidable teams and they make it really tough if not taking it. But they're only 3 and 3 this season on it. 50% win rate.
You wouldn't think it with how they've played these opening few rounds.
That's interesting. Maybe it's because Pacific knows their tendencies on this map.
Dat, lu baru stream dat. Gila, aku baru bangun lu ada di Discord.
Great shot from RB.
Jangan.
And stays alive.
Stun and flash used to keep them in that position. RB's got to get off of sight to play retake now.
Lu udah lama.
Oh, he's gonna
Lu lagi stream nggak?
He repositions and he's
Tolong.
Foot still gets what they want.
For the first time in
Lagi
NXT, it looks like there's so much coming at you. There's so
Lagi
little
apa?
to do if you're the players back.
Main Valorant kayak tadi pagi.
I'm surprised they didn't make that decision.
Kalian lagi apa anjing?
Maybe a little overconfidence.
Emang apa?
Putting them in that situation. And yeah, the thrash was well handled.
Punya kedua kepribadian nih orang.
Possibly consider
Asu.
everything else.
Yeah, they just can't hear. I mean, the ground is rumbling, trembling at their feet.
Apa sih?
You have no clue what the situation is. You could tell they were looking frantic on the site, trying to find the players who were actually
Coba lihat lu ya.
close to them.
Oh, lu lagi streaming. Oh.
Spotted one and there's just one bullet fired.
Lu nonton VCT, ini apa nih?
But the target now found.
Ini perang-perang gitu ya?
VCT apa tuh kepanjangannya?
Almost the final chance
Apa?
to stop that slow
Apa?
start, as mentioned, to gain some momentum.
Valorant nggak sih?
Kiwis just literally
C-nya apa sama T-nya?
on a path
Aduh, gue juga
to follow
belum
up
dapat
on
lagi.
that thrash.
Panjangannya.
Straight cutting through the site to follow it. Because you know, if you're right next
Gua
to
nggak
it,
ingkar
there's gonna be
janji kok.
spray into it. At the
Handphone gua
very
lagi
least, if
dicas.
they're not getting the
I
15,
know.
you're going to be following up on a player who
trust you.
hasn't reset his fire.
Buat ini
100%.
kan?
Try to spray transfer
Buat
you,
ini
which is
kan? Buat apa
completely
namanya? Nanti kita main Valo kan? Handphone gua lagi dicas, nggak bisa ini apa sih namanya?
Still
Aduh,
bound
apa
for
lagi
DRX. You
alasannya?
see the money set up for them to put together multiple
Belum
rounds.
baca live chat. Muslim.
Iya bener nggak bisa itu bener nggak bisa baca live chat cuy. Gua baca live chatnya dari handphone.
It seems like they're just clearing some of this utility in garage. They
Handphone
don't
gua
get
lagi
it all. You still see
dicas.
one nano on your screen.
You trust me kan? You trust me lah.
It's just the
I
alarm
know,
turns
I
CB
know.
and the other nano is too.
Oh ada Dio kontol.
Note here with this hit, it's gonna be really
Kepikiran aja dia ngomong kayak gitu tadi loh. Tai banget.
Kiwi, he's already gotten
Yo.
the kill out onto Sax.
Gila, asik juga lu pada siang-siang gini. Gue baru bangun.
But Zest with two and Mako does it as well.
Bukannya kata lu Frisco cepong titit itu di komen.
It seems so labored, it seems so difficult.
Lah bukannya Bodat baru komen mana, Cok? Live chatnya Bodat. Kagak ada. Gua aja baru lihat, gua aja baru tahu kalau dia lagi streaming.
Keren.
I
Keren.
mean, the thing there, I'd love to see that as from Foot's perspective.
Di scam mulu gua yuk.
Because that aftershock, I think, was probably obscuring their vision. That was their own aftershock. In through the front of that link, they did not smoke it because they were just in the middle of pivoting.
Ini apa sih game tembak-tembak perang-perang gitu ya? Yang Valorant itu ya?
So difficult to make sense of all the static on the screen.
Gila, udah ada aja turnamennya ya.
And that proved to be the window for DRX to convert.
Tuh enak banget makan siang, Cok.
Essentially a 2v4 there.
Yeah.
Mas.
Timeout for Foot right now. They will have another gun round.
Lu kan
Despite being reset.
tidur jam 10 jam ini terus lu makan juga di ini kan sarapan pagi terus kan lo. Nah,
A way to start dealing with Buzz's op, which really hasn't been a factor.
Lu makan
so far.
berikutnya
The
jam
first
berapa?
round was last time.
Kapan gua
The
lapar?
final kill. But they need to start thinking about where he's going to start posting up. There's so many different ways.
Beres kebon lu. Kapan lapar?
Kenapa? Lu mau ngasih gua makan?
You're right, he's such a dynamic player.
Gua sih terima-terima aja ya. Gua baru bangun juga nih, gua nggak tahu apa kejadian tadi. Sebut lagi.
Potentially an opportunity to find Mr. Fallen.
Yeah, Zest with the lineup, with the fault line to provide cover and allow him to take the angle, but the rest of the hits headed towards C, and RB greets him.
Foot's been so focused on
Lu
funneling and fragging into
streaming
garage.
di YouTube doang, Dan?
Iya, di YouTube doang nih.
Gue mau nyoba streaming di WhatsApp sih, bisa nggak ya?
The fact that RB able to get that against the Knives players, against Kiwi, it's crazy.
Bisa,
There's no
tapi
follow-up
viewernya
because
cuma
the ball is
satu.
perfect for him.
Biasanya, gosok ya.
Going back to that line though for Buzz,
Oh iya ya.
that I think is where they're going to end. Otherwise,
Kontak gue
Foot's
cuman,
gonna go on a crazy lurk.
iya bener-bener, soalnya kontak gue cuman satu, pinjol.
It was just the foot. And he doesn't land it.
Cuma satu doang.
Pushed off of it for now. He's going to continue to explore. Meanwhile, once again, to hit towards B. And Stacks with the hold.
Flash out of Mako to helping outside of
Gila, itu
garage.
aimnya stuck jago banget.
And they know where Mr. Fallen
Gue jadi
was
pengen beli
moments
skin
ago.
Phantom itu dah.
Buzz had a little engagement.
Coba dulu. Itu punya Jamal. Jamal punya.
The thing is, there's no flash to help. So Stacks is freely able to just walk
Harusnya
in the
gua
site, and then
Phantom itu
because of that fast
jarak
movement
jauh
that
itu
they're trying
loh.
to do, and
Iya.
especially with
Itu
Mr.
tapi
Fallen
yang
lurking
Phantom yang gue
at that
stuck.
point, he doesn't have a
Soalnya
second smoke to cover both links.
Enggak
at the
semua
same
cocok,
time.
Cok.
Iya.
DRX is completely ripping them apart.
Tapi Vandal gue yang sekarang setelah lama gue make cocok sih. Phantomnya aja sih, Phantom gue sekarang sih kayak PP. Lewer-lewer aja.
Keep the Phantom into the next.
Soalnya Jamal aja punya Phantom itu males dia.
Really far away. It's nice. That's well done. Another prime game in flawless for DRX. What is that? 4?
4. 4. I mean, you keep counting, you might end up finding yourself the most in a half like this. Here's what I'm saying though, Stacks, no util thrown his way at all. Foot, for this composition, you cannot start to rely on those dry fights that you saw a lot of on Bind.
Yeah.
Especially on attack, maybe on defense you can do a little bit more of that. Trying to find the defaulting players.
Ini di Foot kalah gara-gara mereka nggak bawa yang itu tuh, yang matanya lentik itu tuh. Bulu matanya lentik banget. Siapa namanya? Yang mana ya? Lupa gue. Pokoknya dia ada satu bulu matanya lentik banget, cantik banget. Saya mukanya jelek.
Ini yang gue bingung mah dia bawa Gecko di Heaven.
Ya itu mah tahu sih. Iya sih. Iya benar.
Kayak mendingan Sofa nggak sih?
Iya.
Lebih better.
Sofa terus bridge-nya ganti itu. Bridge oke juga sih di sini.
Oke lah.
Iya Gecko sih nggak benar itu.
Oh, and they've got tools. Full house of ults.
Just wonder how much desperation Foot really feel here. Do they dare invest one of their ults?
Udah gitu Gecko-nya nggak impact banget. Belum kali ya. Mahal bener skin Palo. Iya cok, mahal Cok.
Mahal, makanya gue baru bangun tidur sebenarnya. Gue nggak tahu kejadian tadi. Makanya mahal.
Orang jual akun Palo aja sampai jadi jutaan.
Dia bagi dia mah murah, itu aja tinggal nungging aja udah cair. Om skin om gitu ya.
Tusuk om, dapat skin om.
This is flat from Foot once again and just so strong from DRX. I mean,
ya pantat lu berkurap enggak ya?
Berkurap anjing.
Disjointed.
Lu pernah berkurap enggak sih pantat lu?
Belum pernah sih. Selangkangan pernah.
Tapi gua
selangkangan tuh waktu SMA ketularan sama sepupu gua.
Sama gua juga SMA juga. Kal panas gua taruh langsung sembuh cuk 2 hari.
Gua waktu itu pakai apa gitu? Minyak-minyakan.
Minyak-minyakan, nampak banget orang Bataknya.
Iya lagi.
Orang Batak karo minyak-minyak.
Apa-apa minyak ya.
Mau gatal, patah tulang, minyak semuanya. Iya cuy, sakit perut, batu-batu, minyak duluan. Kasih minyak.
Gue dulu berdarah dulu pantat gue baru dapat duit. Anjing serem juga bang.
Nggak bisa pantat lu berdarah, tai lu aja sebesar kaki gua. Wah itu Put masih bisa, itu si Jet musuh Put masih bisa ngelihat loh. Smoke kayak begitu. Jet
ini belum seberapa mas, ntar lu lihat nih EDG lawan T1. Lu lihat nama si MZK gitu, si Kangkang namanya. Buset, dia tuh pakai kalau pakai OP tuh.
Wih keren line up Gecko-nya.
Apapun dia agent apapun yang dia pakai, kalau dia pakai OP udah nggak ada lawan anjing. Kemarin dia lawan Navi sampai ketakutan loh.
Narapidana.
Ngadepin dia pakai OP.
Narapidana.
Y'all really thought.
Canda. Apa sih? Lucu terus.
Komedi gitu.
Komedi terus.
Namanya juga orang tua. Semakin lu tua lu semakin butuh hiburan. Waktu masih muda, masih bocil, sok keren ya kan. Setelah gua besar kayak gini, gua ngerasa dulu gua nggak ada keren-kerennya begitu. Celana diturunin, kelihatan pantat, kelihatan agak ada keren-kerennya, Cok. Sekarang gua kalau bisa naikin tuh celana, ikat kencang-kencang tuh perut buncit.
Terus tangannya begi-begi.
It really has just felt like all confidence for DRX, and on the side of foot, I gotta zoom in on what's happening right now. They're down 7 rounds in an elimination match. Still the first half of Haven, and they've used both timeouts.
Sponsor semua.
Tuh mereka tuh monitor apa turnamen itu nggak ada yang pakai 20 inci, 27 inci, pasti 24 inci rata.
Iyalah. Gedean gak enak, Cok. Malah kadang ada display-nya tuh ada yang dikecilin.
Susah ngeliat map ya.
Biar lebih kelurus sih sasaran ini tembakannya. Sasarannya gitu lurus.
Masih enakan 24 inch. Gue cuma mau tuker nih 24 inch taruh depan, yang 27 pinggirin gitu. Tapi yang 24 inch 60 Hz.
60 Hz. Ada emang.
Punya gua nih yang 60 Hz doang.
Gua pikir 75 loh.
Ya ini yang 27 inch-nya, makanya kegedean. Yang 27 inch, gua mau tukar, gua bilang tadi gitu mau gua tukar. Ini posisinya kan 27 di tengah, 24-nya gua taruh kiri. Selama ini gue main Valo gitu, ya susah aja gitu. Karena gue jago gitu. Makanya main gue kan nggak ada ngeras kayak orang-orang kan. Kalau nggak terlalu di smoke, inside the smoke. Kalau nggak behind the wall, anjing. Atau enggak like wall hack gitu-gitu doang gitu. Karena susah banget map, mata harus geser sana geser sini.
Diobok-obok gini.
Get him to a 2v2.
Gila aimnya musuh tuh keren tuh.
They don't have the spike though, it's out of reach. Can Kiwi creep his way forward?
Tulan satu.
Trying to play crowd burst. Spike gathered and it's just momentary.
Padahal Put nggak pernah kalah loh di Heaven loh. Win rate 100%.
10-1 on the final map.
Gara-gara dia bawa yang matanya lentik itu.
Gecko. Siapa sih persen sama aja squadnya kayak tadi. Yang Gecko bukan sih ini. Oh enggak, Marvin ya, Mr. Marvin.
Ntar gue lihat siapa ya.
Yang lu bawa.
It's just so crazy to think about the juxtaposition we're seeing with Foot.
Kan bersama Marvin.
Bulu matanya lentik banget.
Kiras, Mods.
In this series alone, it looks like two entirely different
sama squadnya.
Maybe a fast CX here. Insta smoke on the window. Kiwi again gonna send his life forward.
No, the last 3 rounds have been very fast, very pacey.
Does have space for this lockdown now. Out of Maj, but they're pushing in front. Ace, well down 11-3. It's an Navera moment with the cheering. And I don't know which one I want more, the knife coming out of Kiwi right here, or if I want the ace. You already got one. That would have been ridiculous. Okay. Look at this from Foot. We're getting in the round right now, and they're going super aggressive down middle. Aftershock through. Breach ult down mid. Excuse me, they're in spawn and he's stunning them.
I mean, okay, they're rotating back.
Dude, that's map.
The space
I don't know why. They had them in spawn, every single player. I mean, if you ever want to illustrate the concept of map control, they would have had the entire map right there.
It's crazy too, because they invested as much as they did. And it's not just going to be equally exchanged.
I think they were having fun in that one. I think the initial execute, or their aftershocking stuff, that stuff is definitely planned. They run that. That's a bonus round that they do. But then the breach shoulder is just crazy.
Off of what? Stacks holding things nicely. Looked like he had just sidestepped that Captain Stun.
Yeah, he did. I was wondering where Captain Stun was off of, but he just randomly throws it and doesn't have the information about where Stacks is positioned, so he's in front of it.
Cracks up in heaven, looking for a life to take with him. Instantly smoked off. The spam not finding it. Masha's to push forward with this. Well done to handle Buzz. A Cracks 1v3 would be something special here. 1v2 now. Tucking into smoke and then popping right back out, but the spike is becoming a factor. Time is not on his side, and neither is his health. DRX gets to 12.
Udah enggak kan? Tadi ini, Cok. Apa turun angko gua? Turun listriknya nggak kuat. Lagi masak nasi.
Known as group stage demons. But they got to figure something out.
Dah GG ini mah.
This match looks like they have. One round away now, it's match point, it's series point. 1 round away from exiting groups, going over towards playoffs. 1 round away from sending Foot home.
It's crazy though, for Foot in the face of a beating so devastatingly defeating, still smiling.
Did he just spam it?
May have.
He just spammed it.
Yep.
Udah 4
Yeah,
lagi.
you see the bullet still on the wall. Like it's chalk outlining his body. They really think that they're pushing down mid, just like they did on that bonus. Cool little spam, too, from RB in the case that that was true. Durex is not taking this any differently than they have before. Not allowing this lead.
Nah, itu tadi si bulu mata Atta Kaptan.
Is in their best interest, so
Merhatiin aja anjing bulu mata, lu Atta Kaptan.
Durex has been running this forever. It's so good. Buzz has so many different lines he can take. And they just go for the basic. There's nobody
Ini dari tadi main, Cok.
Kiwi has a judge.
Atta Kaptan. Wah, ilah. Smoke-nya dapat.
Buzz down. That's a start.
Stack ada ulti.
Playing the post off the Stacks Rolling Thunder. Mr. Fallen has smoke here though, so I'm not fully sure if I completely agree with the idea right now.
Stick diffuse, stack
Especially
ulti.
how close they are.
Post plan
smoked off.
Molly.
Mako playing up close in Cubby. RB with the Nano. So that's now 3 pieces of utility to consider. The Rolling Thunder, the Shock Dart, and the Nano. They're going to get it the whole way. Oh, the Nano, half. There's the Rolling Thunder, pushing him forward. The fight taken. So far, the fight won. Zach's won.
Oh.
That would have been a finish. But alas, we play another.
They were both stunned up. I don't know how that stun was thick.
Kenapa nggak ulti dari long aja ya?
That thing was thicker than Josh's mustache.
Oh ini sih ngeri sih.
That thing was
wallbangnya RB.
Crazy. You saw the spam there, RB with the Nano. That thing came really late too.
Those Mosh heroics are insane. Just to even get them to that point.
And also that breach ult coming from Stacks. He rotated Garage rather than getting a head-on breach ult that will hit everybody.
Kiwi's through and short, and there's help with him. Dodge the paranoia. Well done.
It's a low buy here from DRX. Knives of Buzz though could put an end to this thing, and they might just
sing.
After getting 2 kills.
Sing lagi nih.
Are the knives what decide the series? This broken buy is broken no longer. They've all upgraded weapons.
13-4 dong.
At this point, Foot feeling like they're 6 feet under and just waiting. Final procession to close things up, and that's exactly what it's going to be. Cracks pushing forward. The Blade's not doing it, but Stacks does. DRX obliterate Foot and punch their ticket to playoffs.
It was labored. We really thought there was a chance. We really thought there was a chance. And DRX might fall in groups. We already saw one legendary team yesterday fall in groups, but not DRX. At this point, you can crown them the group stage kings. They will go 4 events in a row, qualifying for playoffs.
With the hunger for a bigger crown still out there. They've been here, they've done this. And as you were saying, it wasn't easy this time, but they got there. Now they can turn
At least doing
what's
well lah.
so elusive to them.
GG kata GG. Jangan kapok-kapok ya katanya kita.
Another bout as that spectacular haven sinks in. Remember at the beginning of that,
Argensi.
5 prime game flawless.
Yeah.
Just disgusting how they were doing things to foot.
Yeah, they got their money's worth in that first
Foto-foto dulu nggak sih?
And I think that substitution, bringing zest back into this roster,
Bos pasti gini mulu kalau fotonya.
I think it's a little bit more consistent. Even though Foxy 9 is for sure a star in the making, might take some time to see him there on stage. Joining in the celebration.
Hanyong nama Misida. Hanyong nama Misida.
Matches to come. Bigger fish to fry now for DRX.
Mata sipit lebih fokus lihat Aim wajar lah. Kemataan. Nah, habis ini pertandingan selanjutnya T1 EDG setengah 2. Paling semap sih, 1 map ini habis kelar ini gua langsung off stream. Game yang seru di Google apa ya? Sambil nunggu. Udah. Kompe. Kompe gak sih? Kompe dulu gak sih? Iya gak sih? Brief. Ini anak 2 kenapa lagi ini anak 2? Salah. Sampai dulu nggak sih? Where the fuck? Agak 6.000 cok, 24.000 sama 30.000. Set song.
Cukup Rp10.000 per pekan. Insya Allah kita dapat pahala dari para penghafal.
Cara nge-skip iklan ala Mas Bim. Untuk kalian tidak premium, cara meng-skip iklan ala Mas Bim. Wah anjing, si Dio bukannya gawe malah main palo. Hey Dio gawe. Keren kan cara skip iklan gue? Boleh. Gue cosplay jadi bass nih. Cosplay jadi bass, kita use jet. Jangan AFK yo. Nah, gue pikir lu AFK anjing. Rena. Jadi ini cosplay jadi something loh, jadi something. With follow aku something with you I'm nothing. Anjay. Hello. OMG, same. Letak kikiu. I am noob. Warnet 541. Banana H20. Alvar 13. Domba mini. Domba mini kata. Cara Rena jadi hilang tuh pencet apa sih? Kan dia ada 2 tuh. Overheal sama dismiss. Ya ntar lu lihat aja yang overheal mana, yang dismiss mana. Ntar coba-coba aja. Kalau nggak salah tuh yang overheal E, terus dismiss C. Ini di gua ya, pengaturan gua. Kalau nggak salah dismiss tuh yang kanan, overheal yang kiri.
Cover going out.
Flash out. Trevor.
That's close.
Blocking sight.
Reloading. Enemy spotted. B. Blinding.
Enemy spotted B. One enemy remaining.
Got him.
Reyna low.
Aw, thought you'd try harder. Healing. Reloading.
Dismiss tuh impossible, yes.
See you alive.
Kalau setting default dismiss ya healthy blind state. Hah? Pokoknya kiri kanan leh. Kiri tuh overheal, kanan dismiss.
Doors up.
Shadows.
Flash out.
Anjing gue.
Sage killed.
Blinding.
Reloading.
One enemy remaining. Out of charges.
Elbow.
There.
Majuin aja yo, guys. Nah, betul kan? Kiri. Oh enggak, iya benar kiri. Benar kan? Kiri heal. Kanan dismiss.
Sweet, that went well. All right, same thing this time.
Kalau noob win F. Terus F4 anjing.
Need a drop. Thanks.
Thank you.
It begins. Cover going out.
Blocking sight.
Shadows.
Feeling sight.
Reloading.
My ult's ready.
Spike down A.
114. Amen.
Last player standing.
Atet meren, Mas Bim.
Time to stock back up.
Sing nggak sih? Sing nggak sih?
My old friend.
Tower.
For you.
Fan. Servisnya bagus nih.
Flash out.
Barrier created.
Blinding.
Can't use this yet.
Reloading. Enemy spotted. B. Forever.
Get grounded.
Gun and gun nggak tuh?
Shadows traveling.
Bob tower.
Last player standing.
Enggak. Itu di paranoid ada. Nanti.
I survived obliteration. I will survive them.
Welcome to Odin sama.
Punch in.
Cover going out.
Concussing.
Cover going out.
Careful here.
Blocking sight.
Seventy. Resmi.
The hunt begins.
Spike down A.
Ultio.
Last player standing.
They will cover.
Okay. Flash.
Blind.
Satu.
Just gotta play around the slow fields and we're fine.
For you, Romanita.
Shadows traveling.
Blocking sight.
Pen.
Cutting their vision.
Flash out.
Enemy spotted A.
One enemy remaining.
Give me.
You should have seen your faces.
Easy.
You were a storm. Well done.
I'll show you, scary omen.
Cover going out.
Oh yeah! Monster on the loose!
Reloading. Here.
Cutting their vision.
Barrier. Enemy down.
Blinding!
What's this? Blocking sight. Give me those back. Our spike carrier is killed.
Spike down A. One enemy remaining.
I got the spike.
Reloading.
Spike planted. Even with numbers, anything can still happen. Remember that.
Halo.
Apa tuh?
Mabar gak?
Aduh. Paling segame lagi. Gue lagi nonton VCD, Cok.
Oh lah.
Ini
Oke.
lagi unrated gua.
Oh, oke.
Aduh, flashnya sayang.
Enemy spotted.
Spike down B.
Got the spike!
Behind you, Bre.
Spike planted.
Behind.
Player standing.
I told you, brother.
One enemy remaining.
Ace.
A. Princess needs me. I can't be away for long. Let's end this quickly.
GGWP LGBT. Hashtag GGWP LGBT adik-adik.
Blocking sight.
I love you every single day.
Dust. Careful here.
Dari elbow kanan. Iya kanan lu. Kanan.
Last player standing.
Ente.
Look your enemy in the eye. It helps with accuracy.
Cover going out.
Still inside.
Blinding.
Spike down A.
Cutting their vision.
Last player standing.
Begins.
Did it go? Oh, I'll be
We got this.
Oh, I'll be
Saving.
This is gonna be fun. Get out of my way!
My ultimate is for healing you. Reloading.
One day. Cutting their vision.
Reloading.
Flash out.
Last player standing.
bad player.
Last round before the switch.
Spend everything. We keep nothing.
Buying. Going C. I will rip their hearts out. Hola.
Spike down. Defender spawn.
Kiri.
Not kill my ally.
I have the spike.
Kanan.
Last player standing. Spike down A.
Flash out.
One enemy remaining.
What the fuck?
Always got the
Bisa gitu loh. Anjing bisa gitu loh, aneh banget.
Switching sides.
Just let them try to catch me.
Oh, you don't need to see. Oh, you don't. What do you want? Nggak ada ya? Hati-hati mid-nya, hati-hati mid-nya.
I got enemies
Freak.
Enemy killed.
Reloading.
Spike down B. Last player standing.
Oh, you done me and nothing on me.
Let's take at least one down with us.
Reloading.
There.
Blinding. Reloading.
Enemy spotted B. Enemy spotted B.
Spike planted.
Stealing sight.
Last player standing.
Ente.
Their backs will be towards at least one of us.
Alhamdulillah nggak buat frag. Boleh.
We win if we survive.
There.
Ke B.
Last player standing. Spike planted. Flawless.
Aneh banget, Cok. Tembak apa coba?
Stand tall. We are Valorant. We are fighters.
Kok kalah lemah? Ya namanya game, ada menang ada kalah lah. Iya nggak sih? Main City gitu. Berkasar namun sedang di kantor.
Headshot.
Begins.
Spike down B.
Flash out. Spike is B.
Wall raised.
One enemy remaining.
Killed.
Deep breaths, everyone.
Comeback
Your
gak
hearts
sih?
are pounding.
I need this.
Risco cepong titik.
Thank you.
Request ya, request.
Need a drop. Anyone needed? I'm ready.
Please, go. Rich.
Spike planted.
Wall raised.
Last player standing.
Together, we will bury them under their
transgression.
Under the transgression.
For you, Juanita.
What's this?
Concussing! Blinding!
Blocking sight.
Clearing out!
Stealing sight.
One enemy remaining. Spike down B.
The symphony of death. Don't worry, you get used to it.
Gun here. Gun here.
Kasi ada yung
Gun here.
Together.
Doon wall.
Barrier created.
Spike down A.
Yikes. Spike's here. 3.
Blinding. Here. Scatter.
Spike planted.
Get out of my way.
They will cower. Watch them run.
Blinding!
Blind.
Your duty is not over.
One enemy remaining.
Reloading. My ult's ready. Oh,
Reloading. Their lives are so meaningless. Might as well give them to me.
What do you need? As one.
planted.
You will not kill my allies.
Enemy spotted.
Cutting their vision.
Oh yeah! Monster on the loose!
Last player standing. Match point.
I'll make them remember. You're only human.
We go.
Cover.
Reloading.
The hunt begins.
Enemy spotted.
Spike planted.
Let's go!
Good attempt.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Bro, time. What the fuck you doing, bro? Yo.
Shadows traveling.
Attackers win.
Ya udahan dulu yuk, nonton PCT dulu.
Forced away by the smoke actually, a big gap towards A side.
Okay.
No control of Dish as of yet.
Apalah.
T1 feeling no necessity to move just yet, not going to bring that additional player back towards A. Looking a lot towards Munchkin. His capability here. He's posted up on it, doesn't turret as well.
Gue lanjut ke dulu.
Siap,
takut dilihat bos.
This will be instantly a retake.
Sebisanya nih orang gawe main palo anjing.
Again, this shouldn't be a problem just yet.
I was going to say, how late does Chichu actually sit on this? Because Munchkin's coming to hard clear. And he's so deep here, he's going to find Chichu completely unaware. Still gets the kill.
That's unbelievable. Now T1, how much value can they get? Nothing.
What the
Nobody
fuck?
takes down 2, maybe even 3 actually, tell a lie. And it's left ban with everything in front of him. 4 players to try and locate. That fumble up by Dish could definitely haunt them here. Feeling almost it's impossible. Just being chipped away at by Smoggy. You keep everyone else holding that cross. EDG got everything they wanted on that start.
It doesn't really come down to much, but Munchkin, with a good read on the situation, obviously, to come through and remove that possibility of EDG having a little more control on the north side, but swing through the smoke, 3 players of T1 fall. They tried to collapse on Sands. Unfortunate turn of events here. Looks like T1 might even be stacking up to get a little bit aggressive.
Really bringing in. I'm only seeing a Sheriff so far for ban, and that's it. So
just going to stun off and try and swing this.
Do well on the stun.
Astaga, dari mana lah itu Smoggy kill ya? Asu. Ngeri banget, Cok.
Player just setting up towards the side, gonna hear these steps. How much damage can Plant do? Smoggy is low, so I guess there's a chance he could do something towards that. Plant's gonna come in. That's now down. Smoggy get caught up here. 2 big kills. There it is. First anymore? No, not to be. So EDG keeping it clean, but looks like T1 will willing to move on it.
Trying to get something done here early on, but EDG previously, actually versus T1 as well, constantly stacked up. GG, yes, just in a couple of
Can't go out.
Difficult for T1 to really get anything going in that regard.
I'm scared of seeing Smoggy's ult so close, but especially on a map like Fracture. That feels like a given. Try and do that in the bonus. That's going to put T1 right under the gun now.
That's bad
lineup. Wow.
T1 stacked up outside, well, towards A main here. UDG creeping at this. Utility here with Munchkin rotating across towards B site. Sire has deep control towards main. Trailblazer ready to go as soon as the smoke drops, I imagine.
Trying to fold on this. Paint shell to go through, but it's a 1-for-1 trade out. Can they escape in time? And here comes the pressure from the other side. Dropping down by Dish. Sight's going to be theirs. EDG looking to try and retake this fight. Zeta, though, lovely little hold there. Going to try and keep some composure, but look who's hunting him. Gunkang already there. Makes light work of one, and the follow-up from Smoggy makes this comfortable as T1 crumbling under this. That ult came on perfectly. The crunch to follow as well. And T1 looking for miracles from Munchkin. And he's got a clear sight first, and the cross will be watched too. No utility, spotted, chipped down, dealt with. EDG converting bonus too.
A huge financial cushion now created. And even previously, I believe Kankang, we saw that Bladestorm round 2 orb farm. A similar situation to start off the first half. Yeah, but a round in hand. T1 tried to get a little proactive and
lu ngapain sih Gi? Udah jam 12 lu masih tidur sini Discord.
But the pinch comes through perfectly. EDG just flood out of drop all the way into the backside of main. There's nothing really T1 can do in that situation.
T1 left shattered a little here.
Ayo Gi. Gue T1 jadi lah. Tuh, Mas Bim mau tuh.
A rough one to try and do some damage on.
Well, last time I believe we saw T1
gocap.
Oh no, Mas Bim. Dijabarin Mas Bim.
The same sort of thing they're going to test early on.
Gue T1 jadilah. Ayo sini anjing. Mas Bim.
Hati lu, Mas.
20.000 aja, 20.000 ya. Gocap kemahalan.
Tapi EDG kemarin kalah loh sama T1.
Ya kan nggak tahu ya sekarang.
Ini udah ketemu, dia udah pernah ketemu. Walaupun kalah 2-1 sih.
Lah ngapa? Dapat rokok anjing.
Dapat berapa kau 20k 100k jadi.
Gloria.
Ini udah kalah 4-0 loh, Mas. 50k aja
tapi
50 kan Nogi diajakin udah menang 4-0 loh.
Tapi kredit ya.
Kredit anjing. Berapa kali bayar nih? 3 bulan apa 6 bulan?
Anjing menang lu santai itu. Lu lagi bagi-bagi duit apa gimana ini orang?
Lah tadi gue dibagi duit cepet. Dia megang ini, megang foot. Gas, gas.
Ayo gocap. Gue EDG.
Nah, tapi bukan di map ini aja, Mas. Maksudnya lu ngomong dulu di map mana nih? Map ini doang apa
full match lah anjing.
Full match. Iya.
Mana sih orangnya dia nggak join deh.
Tahu dia kabur-kaburan mulu deh.
Flipping the switch and getting a little more aggressive. I mean, it is the heavier stack this side, but man, swings up to 2, Kankang will punish.
Ditungguin, mati loh.
And that's the first pick found, and still above a minute.
So many options.
Exactly, that's a great outcome for EDG. The patience going to pay off here. And we know they can play that fast pace if necessary. So Renee's going to at least slow down the ability to springboard off the back of those Seekers, but they're still going to try and forge that path through. Munchkin forced to rescind quite far back. He could be hunting down here, but Chichu actually just missing that window of opportunity, but he could catch Sire player potentially. Could continue along that path, but with the spike now down, T1, let's see if they look better in these retakes. Already Zeta going to find Howdong. That's not a bad beginning. Chichu.
should swing onto this. Yeah, Chichu actually able to get away.
Anjing ngajakinnya 50.000 satu match anjing. Tolong.
Not anymore. Massive from Zeta. That's a big step. More. They've got it. Munchkin to find nobody. They're doing exactly what they needed. The change up here from T1, seeing a little deeper, even after losing out that first player. Diffuse is already towards halfway. Nothing to deny it now. Beautiful. Excellent round from Zeta. And exactly what the doctor ordered for T1. Mike, I think they heard you there. Changing up for that retake rather than those early challenges, maybe excluding ban.
I was going to say, yeah, this is after conceding the first blood.
Boleh.
Aftershock seemed a million miles off here from Smoggy.
Masuk dulu ke Discord, ngomong kata-kata dulu.
Very strange to see.
Dealnya kayak tadi. Spam ini dulu. Spam soundboard.
Curious if that's actually now.
Gue F1 belum 50 kadil. T1 dong bukan.
Datang dia.
On the Blade Storm available.
This guy is terrifying. I think we all know that by now. Have to see what he can achieve in this. That slow style does
Sakti bodat nih dan 3 orang yang nonton.
Doubt Ban's going to be readdressing any of that aggression he ran with last round, and that's a very early investment of the ults.
Suaranya gemah, Cok.
It's all for nobody. Who's come out of this and still standing, still just fine. Hold on! This is a mistake from T1, almost losing everything. And while this happened, they took towards the site. EDG, looking towards the B site already. A little bit of a trade, yes, but they get themselves Spike ready in hand. Maybe a plant to be tested soon. And a player advantage at this point is massive as well.
Zeta and Carpe left to try and recover this. So we've got some utility to work with. Chichu tapping the spike, model land. It won't force Chichu out of position though. Still a safe plant.
So I'm looking at the timing for Kang at this point, but
Suara kecil banget dah anjing.
Try and get ahead of the lockdown, and he can't. Chichu greets him with a smile. Kang will lose his life, but it's Chichu on the counter swing to be just perfectly positioned. EDG again.
Soundboard kenapa, Cok? Udah deal gua.
And again, Sire spots nobody here outside Dish, and very quickly T1 make a decision to try and isolate him with the Rolling Thunder, but I don't think either player actually positions anti-flash.
Oh, nih.
Which means nobody actually punishes on the back of that investment.
Delete.
Further T1
Kerja bagus tuh. Bagus banget nih berarti.
I want to see a timeout soon. If they can't correct now, I want to see the pumping of the brakes.
Gua kangkangin lo tuh, kangkang tuh anjing.
Everything else available.
Mic lu kenapa dah?
Removed immediately.
That's heartbreak for Ban. He is being bullied around this map.
Suara beda dah.
There's so many players waiting for this.
Flash through.
Anything? Okay.
Iya, game pertama.
Still favorable traits for EDG. They still hold 4 to the 3. Munchkin, oh, you're very fortunate to be standing. Chichu waiting, foiled. Oh, it's just perfect. EDG are outclassing T1 in this. Looking a little behind the curve. As Carpe and Zeta need to try and get a move on if they want to try and catch him in the heels, but the opportunity's dwindled already. The plant's going to be theirs. Time's going to be on their side.
EDG are just so quick to react. Set up some of these pinches. I think T1 are feeling like, because Kang has the operator, that's where the stack is, the heavier side of this default, which is why they look to get aggressive outside Dish, but it's another example of EDG almost baiting T1 into a false sense of security.
Lihat dulu aja dat buset. EDG udah. Dat.
Do need to see an adjustment.
Mic lu kayak keganti dah settingan inputnya dah.
Fracture was their first choice really. This is what they've lent towards, feeling this was their best opportunity.
Serius aneh suara lu aneh banget.
Hilang di stream. Udah ada belum?
Nah, udah. Bukan batu banget. Tadi tuh mic-nya pakai mic yang ini kali, mic monitor.
Bisa jadi. Nah.
Cutting a fantastic figure with them now. Money swell to a brilliant point. I'm looking for the timeout. I think it's come in for T1 here. They still have a lot of kit to play with, at least in the form of the ults. So they could have something to lean into here, but it's not just that.
These rounds aren't getting to the point where ults become...
Tadi delay gocap apa 1 juta ya?
Anjing, 1 juta bangsat.
They actually won out in terms of their defensive half.
Diajakin 1 juta lagi tuh, Mas.
A stark contrast to that. And I gotta say, there's some situations where it's reminiscent of Pearl, where there's not much utility invested towards these openers. Sire's not necessarily supported Ban, unfortunately getting
sejuta deal.
in terms of opening peaks here.
Agak anjing, gue belum gawe tai.
Look, sometimes you have a bad game. That's what it is, but you want to see him doing a little bit more than that. Again, kind of when we first
Bocap dulu aja.
as a team, we kind of discussed how Ban was that confidence player. Him having this start is actually extremely worrying. This could really hinder his progress going forward. This could be something we look at. You know, does this continue throughout the series? Does he get a nice little change up? Does that mental get switched into effect later on? Beyond that, but to be completely honest, though, I wouldn't say this is just a Ban having a bad map, being completely influential to the outcome. Everyone from T1 is struggling to find impact here against EDG. This has to be a whole ethos rework, complete change up here. Let's see what the timeout has achieved. They're going to go back in with a little bit of kit, not fully situated, but looking like they're going to try and buy around whatever they can.
Time out ya?
Bulldog in the hands of Munchkin. Rifles for Sire and Ban. Sheriff here for Zayto. That's just a full shield.
Ini game apa bang? Mulai.
He's literally just walking up to challenge the
Alter egonya mulai keluar aja.
Sire luckily has read it with the boom bot. But if maybe he saw something on the edge of that
another side. Beam.
Again, it's just one player of EDG. Look how much respect he is commanding on the minimap. There's 4 people here from T1 fixated on this position now.
I think they're starting to read into it though a little bit. They started to consider that a rotation, 2 of them kind of drifting back through CT, but see how close EDG are to just kind of springboarding onto that B site. Kang already starting to take those first couple of tentative.
Lo nontonnya yang di luar ya?
You know the player who's here on the other side is going to be Munchkin. It's that pretty deep. No one's actively challenging this.
Maybe looking for a retake here of the showstopper, the orbital strike, and the lockdown.
Dia pakai agent apapun, mau di attacker, mau di defender. OP terus ini Kangkang.
Kangkang wants this pick. Waits for 3, pulls the trigger, doesn't get anyone on the other side. There's the lockdown. So they have a lot of tools here, Mike. Do they get the chance to even?
Nobody's reflanking.
This is dirty.
He's coming back towards spawn.
This is dirty work.
Molly will buy time here while the lockdown goes down. Chichu has 2 nanoswarms, but nobody is aware of this.
How much can this one man do? He's closing the gap.
Line up boleh.
Wah! He's holding them in position.
Dapat
The
satu.
fight's going to be there in a moment's time. There it is. Between the 2 of them, it's deadly. And now Sideplayer and Munchkin have no good options. So
Wah!
to find. And none of them
Jangan
fall.
pernah ngepick dia kalau dipakai OP.
Just miles ahead of T1.
The perfect storm.
Ibaratnya gue ya, lagi mantek ya kan. Yang ngepick lu data anjing.
Mantek truk lu mah ditabrak langsung sama truk anjing.
But nobody from T1 considered the possibility. Just so happens Kang will still go. I mean, he's good for 3. Still in this situation.
Gila lo.
Yeah,
Berapa
EDG
FPS lah motor?
control.
Rank apa om? Aing rank ini apa? Ascendant 3.
This is the buy that they're going to be hopefully making some impact on the board. We have the operator out there.
Something lu ini nggak latihan. Nggak latihan, Cuk. Lu mau main kan lagi di Jepang kan? Something PRX anjing datang ke stream gua. Gokil. Respect something. Thank you for coming to my stream lah.
Yeah.
I pray to you to win this VCT Master Tokyo. I'm always support you.
Certainly gives you a couple of answers to the questions you may have, and T1 sitting a little deeper.
Can you give me feedback?
They do have a player watching it.
Buset, ngeflick jok anjing.
Gokil. Ini orang bener dah. Kalau udah pakai OP ngeri banget.
Ban now has to be prepared.
Kena deh. Nice banget.
Kalau si Kangkang mau ditahan terus tuh, dipantek terus. Versi Indo. Something versi Indo. Ini mah something dari Garut anjing.
Kenapa dipanggilnya Kangkang ya?
Bukan something dari Rusia. Karena kak di belakang. KK harusnya. Tapi kan karena Cina jadi Kangkang.
Wah, timing cok kan.
Gokil sih Karpe.
Ban still standing, Munchkin just around the corner, spikes down. But so is
Ente.
Chichu. T1 finally
Good
get
kill
another
Karpe.
on the board.
Kadang tuh harus gitu, harus keluar dari smoke, harus terobos smoke-nya gitu. Tapi kita kalau main kompe, set dulu. Smoke-nya tunggu hilang dulu anjing. Gak mau ngambil timing loh.
And Carpe goes huge here with the walk out of the smoke. Rewarded with 2, but again, bigger picture.
Itu si Anya ya?
Bukan, Kobo.
Oh, bukan. Mirip suaranya Anya ya.
Hanya Spy X Family.
Iya.
Kan cok Kobo itu.
Anya Forger. Kena nih kanan nih. Kangkang. Kanan Kangkang anjing. Batu banget Kangkang.
Mati dia. Kangkang.
How deep does Kangkang actually go here?
Betah ya orang ya main ngendok-ngendok gini ya pelan-pelan. Kita mah terobos baik kita.
Nah, juga kita main kompe anjing. Ya, Kangkang mati nih.
Waduh, tidak mati bre anjing.
Ngeri banget tuh. Ini orang.
Eskarosi minder itu ngeliat dia.
Siapa dia Eskarosi, gak ada yang kenal anjing.
For lingering just a little bit further ahead. Sire player might have the timing right, might not. Gorgeous adjustment. He's gone down. But it is this man, the one and only, standing tall and taking one. Also find safety. He's going to dip back in. He wants a bit of it, doesn't he? You can tell he wants it.
Ini orang ngeri banget.
2 already this round. We'll need 4. Here's the steps. And waits. And waits. Waits a second too long. Sire player. We'll find
Kang.
Ente.
Give T1 a little bit of a window.
Even in that situation there, nobody's happy to get aggressive on that smoke, paying no respect to T1.
Get out of my way.
And even here, Ban digging pretty deep actually to find this kill onto Chichu. 7-3 now. Again, well, Kang buying the operators down to 200 credits now overall, but still some big ultimates to work with. Should be pretty comfortable for the next. I'm curious actually of what adjustment we see coming out of this timeout.
Yeah. One away from the lockdown for Munchkin, that can be something to keep in mind throughout this, but yeah, they still have a good couple of these ults to play with. Seen much chance to really use them at this point, so might be able to bring something out. I'm looking at Kangkang actually not seeing him run the operator here. Might have switched that out. Again, this is during the timeout, so maybe discussing their options.
Yeah,
lihat monitornya Kangkang.
Kenapa tuh?
Udah kayak laptop dibuat anjing, kagak ke bawah gitu, di bawah banget.
Oh, nonga gitu.
Dia ngeliatnya ke bawah gitu.
Itu lehernya nggak sakit apa ya?
Ya kan, nunduk
kan. Oh iya tuh anjing. Anjing, lehernya nggak sakit apa ya? Goblok banget.
Lu nggak main Kak? Om, enggak Cok, lagi nobar VCT. Paling malam main kompe mah. Kalau nobar dulu, lu milih mana nih something? EDG apa T1 menurut lo?
Yeah, strange actually, because the stim beacon's thrown down by Haodong. Trying to fake heavy presence here towards B side.
I think I know you something. I know you. If you say like that, I think I know you. I think I know you who you are, bro.
I think they're reading this quite nicely.
Absolutely, and look at Ban's position as well. He's all the way out of dish.
But it will be a retake. There's no way they challenge on this, right? I'm not worried if they drift further committed towards the side, but no, they're going to keep this one a little in check. Allow EDG those steps towards the side to get the plant down on A. Kangkang just going to be on that defensive duty, trying to watch anyone trying to peek through that smoke. Oof. Lucky to be alive.
Along does burn up the molly as well. I was curious to see if he actually resets all the way towards main here to make use of that. No way is Chichu coming to reflank back behind drop once again.
It looks like he's going to try to. Sire player looking for the impact, but the flashes are just everywhere. He's so blind in this. Unable to really shut down towards it. Unable to close down towards it.
Lihat kerja mereka. Jadi
How long still on the side did get healed up, so he's still holding a good
drop
grip.
anjing ngeflank.
Couldn't get the other fight. It's all down to that wrap, that flank, that Chichu position. Halfway achieved.
Temannya daripada aku
Munchkin
buru mati.
trying to
Temannya
play
daripada aku buru
man,
mati.
ban. Gonna keep him dead in this. Lovely work from
Keren,
Team. Much different approach into this now.
Jauh banget puternya ya.
Faking as well. What worked for them last time was setting up for these retakes and having bodies to throw at it.
Mereka tuh nggak takut loh muter jauh pas udah baru ngeplan. Tadi juga kayak juga gitu kan. Sekarang Killjoy. Who I am? I think you from Medan, like you live in Medan. And you play game MORPG, and your name is I don't wanna say your name.
Give it a chance, but doesn't catch nobody.
Tangannya pakai koyo anjing.
Biar panas kali. Saya Dio. See, I know you.
See who's here though. Sire player doing his best turret impression.
I know you.
What's tough here is if T1 feels
girlfriend is from Medan
and the orbital strike here.
Work in German.
Just seeing nobody once again kind of investing utility a little later into the round around that 1 minute. Just keeping those 3 players present. Kankan gonna get towards the site. Overwhelms. Munchkin's gone down. Now he looks at who else was here. Sire player only good for 1. It's actually Kankan to get him 2. So one's gonna come in. 4v3 man advantage here to EDG.
No flank once again. It's all coming through spawn here. Chichu will find Carpe. It's only Zeta and Ban left to try and recover now.
84 nih.
Couple of flashes to work with, but Zeta stuck on an operator.
Halo Kak, halo Zine.
Not easy at all. Ban's
Zine.
Get across towards the site maybe. But the
Apa
flashes are
kabar?
there. So's this man. He wants to end it in style. Get this half done with. Oh, okay. Smoggy's got him. Don't worry. Smoggy's there. So we a little bit of a reminder of EDG's, I guess, capability of pace towards the end there. But it felt like
Jangan lupa makan siang kawan-kawan. Ingat, hidup tidak semudah yang kita bayangkan. Jadi kita perlu makan. Biar kuat, gue tarik palaran.
Last time this was 6-6.
Very different look between these two now. EDG maybe keeping that momentum in mind, working their way forward. This is looking much better from them, at least if you're looking pound for pound in that previous matchup. But that's our thoughts. What about the desk?
Thank you very much, Pansy and Hypoc. Yes, a massive improvement. And Kukuka, a lot of that came down to some of the cool nitty-gritties we saw from EDG.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to take a look at one of the rounds that we saw from them, especially round number 3. This is a bonus for them. So if we jump into it right away, I wanted to show how this round is all about the assisting. It's all about the control that comes from the other side. Actually, it's a round that revolves around Smoggy. He's 1 orb away from having his ultimate, and that is something that we can see just setting up how they want to play this round. We can see in the minimap that they're already moving towards Dish to grab that orb. From then on,
Menurut
they can choose
itu
what
bagus.
to do. They can
Cowok apa
decide
cewek,
how
Dad?
they're going to go onto the side. From the side of
Cowok-cewek.
T1, though, we see that they're
Bagus-bagus
already
aja
ready
sih.
to just have some
Gimana
pressure
cara
on
pembawaannya
A
aja
to
sih.
prevent this kind of things from happening.
Kayak lu
Knowing that if we
seakan-akan
just play
gini.
Sam, this is a play that we've
Lu
seen
nanya seperti ini seakan-akan lu mendiskriminasi perempuan sih menurut gua. Kayaknya lu nggak senang gitu kalau perempuan lebih mendominasi.
Not allow EDG to have that vision,
Itu
and the support is going to come through.
parah sih, itu nggak bisa
EDG gets
gitu
that
sih.
orb, that ult is going to be ready for Smoggy, and all this utility dumping comes from the other side, comes from T1. That second stun that we're seeing supporting EDG from mid-map is from Smoggy. They're already running onto side. The plant is going to be secured, and it is a very clean round.
Gue lebih mendominasi cowok. Masa iya? Tapi kalau mendominasi cowok kenapa ada omongan seperti itu? Menurut Caster itu bagus mana cowok cewek? Kayak semua orang tuh harusnya tahu gitu. Kayak cowok cewek ya bagus gitu. Tinggal tergantung pembawaannya gimana gitu. Cara dia menyampaikan pesannya itu seperti apa, cara dia menganalisa seperti apa gitu. Gitu sih, cara dia menjaga ketegangan gamenya itu seperti apa, cara dia ngebuat game ini jadi, cara ngebuat matchnya jadi lebih seru gimana. Itu pilihan hidup kan, Pi. Lu kalau nggak punya pilihan lu nggak akan hidup. Enggak juga. Enggak juga. Lu tau nggak meme yang dibilang nggak ada duit nggak enak, dibilang enggak juga. Nggak ada duit kita nggak bisa makan, enggak juga. Ya itu jawabannya. Pilihan lo nggak akan hidup. Kalau nggak punya pilihan nggak bakal hidup. Ya enggak juga.
Ngeri banget ya.
Semoga ini second duelis ya, Cok.
Very quickly a chance for EDG to get themselves onto double digits here. Clean work from Smoggy. I'm curious of, in terms of the early round, if T1 are happy to identify the whereabouts of Kankan, maybe wait out some utility here, or they're happy to just stack up and go for some of these executes.
Apapun itu pilihan kayak yang lu lakukan sekarang, dan VGT adalah pilihan lu, betul. Kayak tadi lagi. Ya itu pilihan gue juga untuk taruhan sama lu kan gitu. Gitu. Dan sekarang juga ya pilihan juga. Everyone have choice, bro. Everyone. Pilihan. Ya sebelum kejadian ini lu nonton VGT atau tidak, dan lu memilih nonton. Semua pilihan. Betul.
Who's prowling on the other side. Kangkang is there, just about to drift away though, not really feeling that presence.
Mungkin kalau dibagi itu pilihannya pilihan versi receh kali ya. Ya udah. Pilihannya nggak berimpact yang terlalu gimana gitu.
Just nasty with it. This is against pistols though, so this won't be in the highlight reel.
Ada satu orang lagi dia kobok langsung. Berarti lu pilih cewek atau cowok nih jadi caster?
6 rounds separating them.
Ya, tergantung lah. Gue memilih pembawaan casternya yang baik dan bisa meng-create match-nya jadi lebih menarik. Gue memilih caster itu. No matter what he girl or boy, I just choose caster can create match make better.
Artinya apa tuh Bang Misi?
Mukanya Mas Bim kayak pantat gua.
Boleh Inggris lo dat. Ini 2 game sih kalau kata gua.
Iya, 2-0. Ini nanti di Heaven kalau T1 menang, udah kalah DG.
Rugi nih gue nih, cuman gocap doang ya, harusnya 1 juta tadi.
Enggak, harusnya gocap sematch. Lu PA.
Oh,
kan masih bilang gocap 1 match.
Revisi apa? Kita revisi apa? Gak bisa ya?
He's such a little rat the way he plays it, so good. Look at him, there's no way you get around it. That's a rifle, a nice little reward for him as well. And EDG are just playing a much better game here. They're not looking like they did before. They haven't had that spark to ignite them yet. Conversion of the bonus here, it's just made matters worse.
Jameson juga main, bre.
Iya. Ya itu udah sepaket lah. Cuman maksudnya kayak ini loh, kayak apa sih?
It's not even a scrap. It's just EDG
Dibanding utility mereka kuat aim gitu ya.
Iya.
There's no
Dia
comfort in
utility.
terms of finding an
Terus juga
engagement
kayak
towards any
apa sih
player.
strategi-strateginya mereka tuh nggak terlalu banyak sebetulnya. Mereka cuma strategi basic, terus game sense main, terus udah sama aimnya keras banget. Lihat aja si Kangkang anjing.
Kontol.
Lu ngepick dia aja sempet, dia udah mantekin lu pick dia udah mati lu.
Kontol.
Siapa nih jam?
Kontol. Kontol.
Siapa tadi?
Bukan gua. Oh Mas Bim.
Kontol.
Tolong.
Kerja apa namanya? Yang nonton dulu ada yang ikut PPDB online nggak?
Ada yang ikutin apa?
PPDB.
PPDB.
Yang pengen masuk SD, SMP, SMP.
Enggak ada.
Aku pengen nanya-nanya nih.
Siapa yang masuk KD lo?
Iya. Telat ya? Bukan adik sepupu.
Setahu gue negeri udah telat deh. Sekarang sisa Japres. Setahu gue ya.
This matchup just not quite delivering to the same expectation. Again, credit to EDG in that regard. They
are
playing beyond
seminggu yang kemarin dibuka sih
PPDB. I want to see more from them.
Gonna run it down here.
Bukan Jakarta, Cok.
Iya, tapi ini kasih seminggu kemarin.
Lovely start. That's the beginning. Is he gonna wake up here? Nobody's gone down as well. This is much better from T1. Pacey, filled with intent. And EDG left with two, Chichu and Haodong. Looking at Chichu's positioning here. Don't think he's going to be able to get anywhere near enough in time to make any problems for that plant, but that's a shot. Hold on. We're down to a 2v2 now. Ban making this look almost worrying for T1 with him falling. Oh dear, what is going on? Munchkin traded back out on 1v1 now. Chichu up against Munchkin. Chichu getting a little closer here. Munchkin waiting. Gonna hear these steps, gonna note those shots. He waits, he better hit this shot. Chichu closing the gap now, the tag! And he's got him!
Langsung lihat aimnya tuh, ngeri banget kan?
Asli.
Gacor,
I think Munchkin even eats a headshot on that first spam.
It looks like it. Oh dear. And that was the best round we'd had yet. I thought that could have been the instigating round that maybe got
Pace change looked beautiful for T1.
Confident, powerful to it. Oh.
Yeah.
You take them when you get them.
And the one thing EDG don't need in this map so far is freebies like that.
Yeah.
The coin flips go in their way as well.
Oh dear. Operator out. How much is in the tank for T1?
Looking to continue with this pace, looking to pinch on that side here, but Kang in the backlines, he's
Dapat
found
dia
Munchkin.
satu.
Look at where that kill
I
is.
know, I just said how far? Has he gone exploring for this? T1 looking to try and be aggressive on it, but EDG still holding so much of that territory. Haodong going to send Carpe away. Side players, Zeta and Ban, the only three alive. And it's for more for how long than anything. Kang is on the hunt. He wants blood. He's out for it. Ban puts him to bed, but it's all on Ban and it's all but done. EDG stormed through map one. T1 shattered by that form.
Can barely hold the line up against EDG, to be honest with you. Playing a totally different tempo than they did the other day. Like I said, T1 just didn't have, examples of rounds that.
Udah 2-0 aja 2-0. Aktifin soundboard dah. Oh, ngapain lagi? Udah aktifin.
Gocap apa ini tangan gua nih?
Aduh, tolong dimasukin soundboard gitu. Sound gue dimasukin soundboard, anjing. La. Ada aja.
Haleluya.
Haleluya, haleluya, haleluya.
Dadat, lo mau main Unreal udah? Ya ada main lo ya.
Lah ngapain Unreal ke ini Cok? Lo lagi di warnet?
Enggak, temen gua ngajakin nih.
Cewek enggak?
Cewek.
Ayo, ayo.
Ntar. Nick lo apa sih Nick lo?
Bodat 887217. Ya nggak bisa live the match lagi. Bentar main eskalasi doang kok ini.
Aman.
Fight.
Tapi lo bilangnya gua Haris ya.
Iya, iya.
Ya lo F4 aja lah, Alt F4 udah.
Dia udah ada emang.
Udah anjing minta satu.
Oh, bentar. Nggak bisa, pasti masuk lagi kalau ada F4. Bentar.
Ganti akun.
Ganti akun.
Iya, akun kecil aja, akun gold.
Oh iya deh.
Ayo buru. Nih gua kirim.
Bentar.
Tuh. Lu jangan bersuara ya.
Jangan bersuara. Kenapa?
Iya. Ya kan suara gua nggak kayak lu.
Gue bisa ngikutin suara lu.
Oh, iya.
Aduh.
Aduh.
Orang mana ini emang?
Ada teman gua. Pengen gue penjailin aja.
Ada wanyekes.
Ini gua kirim ID-nya, Cok.
Oh.
Lo yang add. Suara in-game-nya bisa masuk gak sih tadi?
Bisa.
Komsnya bisa masuk berarti ya?
Bisa lah.
Oke. Gue ngeliat aja nih.
Udah gue add bilang.
Ya, udah full Cok katanya.
Kick 1.
Telat lu anjing. Dia baru sendiri. Oh. Oke.
Kick 1 bilang.
Terus sudah full, maaf. Oke lah.
Bodat dia anjing gitu. Jiwa.
Nonton nggak Dan barusan Dan?
Apa?
Nonton nggak barusan?
Nonton. Ini lagi itu.
Anjing emang si Kangkang anjing.
Kangkung
nggak jelas mainnya tuh.
Lu ngepick dia tuh bakal mati. Udah. Jangan di-pick dia mah. Harus di spam utility dulu.
gila. Enggak orang sih anjing.
Ngeri coy dia. Vitality aja kemarin sampai ketakutan kan ngeliat OP-nya. Makanya pas saat lawan 2 tadi pada kabur-kaburan lawan dia. Vitality napi.
Tim juara dunia loh anjing. Dibalik 2-0 langsung.
2-0 lagi.
Pulang
iya.
lu.
Tapi emang kemarin si Napi juga banyak yang turu, Cuk. Sugetsu turu. NG apalagi? Angel.
Dilatih.
Apa lagi nih anjing?
Kita ngobrol. Lagi ngobrol gue nih.
Ngobrol dulu.
Oke bang, anjing. Dad, lu kagak tidur apa, Dad?
Kagak. Apa itu tidur? Yang itu palo.
Palo, Bang.
Fight.
Aduh, alak. Kadang main ayunan.
Check them out.
Aduh, masuk.
Udah, gue mau mandi dulu lah. Mandi dulu.
Cok, mana sih orangnya?
Dominating.
Kocak udah kalah anjing.
No chance.
Gagal sekali ganti senjata.
Enemy down.
Oh sekarang kayak gitu ya?
Apanya?
Emang kayak gitu sekarang?
Apanya?
Ganti ngekill satu ganti senjata.
Oh iya, emang gitu. Kill satu lagi ganti senjata gua. Masalahnya gak ketemu orang.
Sit down. Die. Taken out.
Ay, Shibal.
Perfect. No more. neutralized. One down.
Enemy punished.
Aing mau pisahin.
Just swag.
Reloading.
Udah main belum sih? Belum ya?
Sudah. Oh ya, belum.
Kabarin ya kalau udah nih.
Nice. Oh, they're obvious. Too stupid. Clinical, you're welcome.
Sleep, brother.
Goodbye.
Shot down.
Match point. Sleep.
Captain killed.
İyi geceler.
La.
You dead.
Udah mulai.
Udah mulai? Oke.
EDG going to safely cross out towards long. You noted it at the start, though, there was a lot of Bulldogs there, so they don't want to be making any sort of fumbles. They're not going to be overly chasing. T1 just going to have to go down to the spike. So EDG connecting 2 rounds now at the beginning.
Lo monitor lo berapa hertz?
Chance to see here how T1 are going to approach their buy rounds this half. Similar to Fractured, no progress towards an ultimate here, so
Boleh sih lu tapi bisa ngelawan gua.
Look to switch things up now though.
Anjing. Mau dong di-able.
Choke point outside B.
Mau enggak, bener enggak, serius enggak?
How deep Chichu's position is though.
Homo goblok lu.
I feel like with where he's playing now, this might just be a rush C execute off the rip.
Yep. There it is, already going to have Kung on the site, flash towards back. Swing comes in, out long spots no one, the site's there. So this will be a retake coming out from T1, whether they liked it or not really. And the backline's not really available. That deep positioning coming out from Chichu, he's going to hold a lot of space.
Kayak gampang gitu entry-nya.
CT garage and they need to start making progress here.
Just come quick, Sire's a million miles away still.
Nice paranoia, nice smoke. Might be caught out here. Should be, is. Okay, Munchkin, nice work. Kung still alive though. Gonna take down Munchkin. Spammed away. Band's not gonna let him get away with that. Not able to deal with Chichu though. A 1v3 is a tall task though. Does get the Vandal, 6 bullets. That is a lot to ask for. Oh my word. Chichu! There's no way. Wait.
He got the defuse.
How did he get the defuse? So close.
Ah, tapi ke Davis.
That must have been split seconds.
Show me the replay on that.
Ya kan?
I thought he
Mereka
had
naiknya
it.
kan? Tinggal 4 peluru loh. Tinggal 4 peluru itu. Kan gue bilang apa? Masih dapat
6.
6 peluru.
Anjing bisa gitu.
This is so clean. I think he thought he won it. Yeah, he did.
Ah, tapi ke
That
Davis.
is outrageous.
Ini pasti streamnya tarik, teriak nih tarik. Let's go, gitu-gitu. Dia dukung EDG soalnya deh.
Quite close that. Okay.
Coba invite tarik ke sini, Det.
Well,
lagi sih.
T1 get around on the board, but
Dia kalau
look at the state of their money now.
Anjing. Dikenal tuh.
Abis lag gua sama dia. Kemarin makanannya gua makan. Ngamuk masa. Baru makanan doang, itu sama makanan dia. Katanya mah lagi mau diet. Tapi makan banyak banget dia.
Said a little chance.
Belum ada fucker.
Kung gonna get away. An attempt made.
Lucu anjing Seta tolong.
Pick lagi balik sama Kangkang, enggak gentar, Kangkang enggak gentar di bawah. Gila cepet banget responnya, Cok.
Buset.
Berdua splash dia lo anjing.
You send 3 to the slaughter and Kang cleans up. It's
Gila.
ridiculous, man. Yeah, it's pistols, but there's no way to overwhelm him. T1 need an early victory and an early confidence booster because
yes. My heart's breaking for them a little bit,
yeah.
but there is, you know, that gap up to playoffs is very real, and Map 1 certainly wasn't up to caliber. I'm hoping Map 2 they at least get a confidence booster to get them back in the game. Because right now they feel a little out of it. And Munchkin going to accept it here as EDG. Post the 3rd now.
just seconds later shows his hand there.
No charge to
But even in the chaos, he turns the flash. He's superhuman, man.
He needs to be thrown in to big conversations after this event, depending how far he
Pokoknya kayak anak-anak nolep anjing.
He has certainly made an impression up against some big names.
Gak usah tidur lu, Dat, tai.
Yeah, there's a reputation to be made from that man. Already certainly a highlight. For now though, we see the operator out for Sire, so that's something. Does he get anything for it here? Challenges on the other side, EDG, 3 players, make it the 4th already down in towards Sewer. He's trying to stand his ground here. That's a brave play considering Zeta going to post the Hunter's Fury to try and dissuade this approach, but they're ahead of it. Side player out of the dash now as well. Kankan closing in. Side player, great connection. Takes down the threat. And now operating with 4. Chichu might become it. Keep in mind, he's been filthy so far, 7-0.
This will reveal, actually, that T1 are looking to rotate away from this. But interesting enough, EDG looking to thread the needle, find their way onto B site.
But look at the position they've already been able to gain.
Yeah, Smoggy's drifted onto A.
Yeah, the smoke's going to come from kind of downtown, but he's got all that space here. So if they try and play back in, the only threat is through heaven.
T1 are so paranoid, they're scrambling to try and pick back up some control.
It's on Sire player to try and...
Disgusting lurk from Haldong as well.
Oh, he's opting to go all the way around CT too. Yep. In case it wasn't already looking rough, he's going to get a whole lot worse.
He's going to get wallbanged.
The second that dart went up. And look at Haldong. Spots 1, spots 2. And he's pulled it. Going to find Ban. Knows where Carpe is. Paranoia's going to go through as well, so Carpe can't even try and trade it. And he's just costing them so much time. They're smothering him now. He's got support in this. It's not just Haldong alone. Smoggy's come around too. They fancy a bit of it. Zeta might be able to try and keep his teammates safe here. Yeah, he is. Okay. But the time. EDG getting a little audacious in the plays. Nobody going hunting too. He wants to take these weapons away. He's done very well for one. The operator will be staying though. And EDG make it to a 4th.
Desperate to try and give Sire a tool here in the next round. Some ultimates starting to come online for T1. Rolling Thunder and Bladestorm available. Ban does have his TP. Yeah, the fact that it's Munchkin that falls first, the neural theft comes through. EDG just have total control. And they look to exploit that.
It's going to be a T1 timeout, I imagine. Waiting for confirmation on that, pretty certain. Yeah, there it is. So T1 going to try and pump the brakes here. Outside of what, that diffuse that we saw come in, there was bait. I mean,
I made the same comment in the first map. The rounds that T1 win, it doesn't feel sustainable. And just that was the bonus, if you recall, where even so, everyone fell. They were on a hard eco afterwards. And unfortunately, an early first blood here for Sire, but it equates to nothing.
I'm a little... I just want something to go right for them here. Be it, you know, a cheap win, whatever it is. I want them to have a round because they just look so out of it. It's great to see EDG in this sort of form and control, obviously, but it's...
Well, the concern being, I mean, last time, like I said, that T1 needed a lead in this first half for me because second half of Haven was when the crack started to show and, you know, utility wasn't being used in the early round. Kankang was just running away with things on EDG's defensive side. So if EDG come out with a round lead here and a buffer, it's terrifying. T1 have to completely overhaul the way they played the second half of Haven last time.
I just, this round I'm kind of eyes towards Sire player. Does he get a moment to even have influence towards this round? It looks like a bit of a deeper hold coming out from EDG. Slower exploration towards Garage and proactive approach over towards A long from T1. So if anything, kind of funneling EDG in towards that C site.
So yeah, to try and play in Sire as the here on C site. We get some sound cues. Very deep clearance here with the drone.
But if T1 overpush this, they'll just spin back in towards A. And well, they've pretty much taken all down. Trades are there. It's a 3-1. Sire player, what do you have? 50 seconds to play with, 3 to collect on. They are taking that A site.
As I say, Chichu with some space to work with and we get the benefit of the timing as well. And these are the heartbreaking kills.
This is soul destroying if he doesn't turn. He has had a second fall of it. Finds Chichu and it's game on.
Hey,
a 1v2.
Time to play with here as well.
Spike only going down now. Gonna pop the blades as well. Nobody on site. One tuck towards Graffiti. That's gonna be how long does he check? Side blades tries to go in. Seems a little short-sighted, a little frustrated, and EDG unfazed.
Burning up the Bladestorm and giving away the operator. We'll be able to repurchase, yes, but
careful.
I think you're right, a little bit frustrated there with the approach. Maybe also thinking, you know, the fast coming through, there's a deep lurk from Chichu. Maybe they've just sent somebody to plant on the opposite side of the map, catch them off guard, but EDG, everything except the neural theft at their disposal now. and firmly in control of Haven once again.
This has to be a swing round for T1. Good purchase, couple of nice ults, operator out. What does EDG do with this as well, right? They've got their own ults to play with. They've honestly got a fair crack of money too. And Chichu's presence through Garage has been problematic to say the least. A nuisance by all variety, but we do see that Killjoy set up there. So Tara's going to be in position. And Munchkin going the long way around.
Good damage taken from Kang actually.
He's hunting though. He's feeling aggressive, feeling deadly. Looking to kind of fall towards the side. Ban going to note the player towards the back of the side, but look at the pressure on this man. So many things to be worried about. Munchkin trying to at least help him out somehow. Chichu does go down, but it's just going to be chaotic on the site now. Nobody looking around, takes a little bit of a glance, can't quite find Ban. Gets a little closer, but the crossfires are coming in, just keeping him at bay. Zeta connects. Kang in the back line, still lingering around by Garage. Finally decides to take a little look towards the site because they're holding onto this. Ban. Oh, a messy fight towards Long was never going to be enough here. And the last two players make it one. Need a whole lot. This could be a big round for T1. Can they keep 3 alive? Double swing. Yes, they can.
They're second on the board. This time around, T1 mitigating a lot of that risk. They play deeper and deeper, but concern being now if EDG lean heavily into that, the T1 are happy to concede space. First time really they followed through off of Munchkin's utility as well. Actually, Rolling Thunder didn't catch Ban. I thought it did. Saw him catch a kill on the kill feed off screen, but a lapse of concentration there from Smoggy.
Right here.
Big switch up from Munchkin here, actually. It's the alarm bot down towards sewers.
I mean, EDG's A-takes have been pretty solid. Wouldn't be surprised if they lean back into it.
I mean, with the lockdown available.
Yeah.
They rotate him across here, but does still have Carpe alongside him. Maybe looking for a contact play off the turret or the alarm bot with the Rolling Thunder. There's only 2 of them here.
The gap between is quite substantial too. Side player going to be sitting towards B. See if he finds anything. He's not.
Swing. Killed by the dart.
Yeah,
completely wasted.
No value off it. Time, I guess, is the only thing that they get, but that's a very slim reward.
But very quickly now, you can see the call is made to drift back towards a retake. Information gathered off the TP from Ban.
Right there.
They don't want to over-rotate. They've been conditioned to be paranoid about those flanks. You can see it now. Hunter's Fury going to be posted to try and clear through. Nobody. Not going to find what he wants here. Nice denial, though. 28 seconds, finding it hard to filter towards that A site. There's still players to clear through, and Munchkin was one of them, and he's fallen. So maybe it's game on. Sire player finds the shot he needs, backs away, doesn't lose life. Trade comes in. It's on the form of Carpe falling. 3v4 now. And suddenly EDG taking the fight to them, 13 seconds. Zeta and Ban, how much can you do to deny this? Paranoia sent, but they can't deny the plant going down. No big chip damage to report. Out on Yes took damage earlier, but that's about it. Ban trying to filter his way forward as already his teammate falls. It's not worth the value on this. They're just finding nothing.
I thought T1 were very quickly resorting back to a retake here, but Munchkin stays on site. Very peculiar. As him to take first contact here. Look at the space. Where's the second swing there?
Even EDG were looking for it. They were waiting for it.
Because before this, the fault line sent down long. It slows them down, yes, but then Munchkin has nothing to help him out. All of his util's gone. Carpe's burnt up his util. And there were bodies in place there to swing at the same time.
And the only man who can make the difference would be Sire player here. Rifle, the only investment, everyone else on Sheriff's odds and ends. And obviously full, very healthy purchase for EDG. Kang taking the space over towards Long as well. Clearing out by the box, but already see the positioning double stacked up towards Sewer. EDG not in a particular hurry. They have everything they need to work late into these rounds.
T1 are so scared of Chichu's position and where his utility is that there's just no proactivity on this defensive half. I mean, they're very rarely even challenging for A lobby. Munchkin.
Nice.
So he does benefit there from the cage dropping.
Okay, but can they hold against this? Not with that amount of information. Look at it. Oh, it's devastating. The control comes out as Carpe falls, leaving side players still maybe an unknown quantity, but they seem all too aware of it. Nobody the first to try and find that information, and he wins the fight. EDG have the side to their own. The last two players feeling irrelevant to the outcome as Kang is holding them back. You want a chance to the site, you got to get past this man. And he ain't letting you through. Nothing going to be happening. EDG fully in control here. This team wants playoffs, and they're not far from it now.
Big gap. 5 rounds separating them here on Haven. It's another example. I talked about this in map 1. How quickly EDG react. They concede this first blood. Immediately, the switch is flipped.
Still a bye for T1. Still they are running on fumes here.
Well, first time, I was mentioning it last round, first time we've actually seen T1 challenge towards A lobby. A little deeper here on a buy round. Sire posted up, rifle in hand, Carpe to support. This time around, EDG not positioned here though. Well, as nobody comes back. Might even just clear this with the drone. Yeah.
Heard the steps. And now what do you do with this one? Carpe save him? Okay. Yeah, maybe you can. Draws out the Hunter's Fury as well.
I guess nothing for it.
Oh, no! That's just going to be devastating. Oh, come on! Gokung is just too good at this game. Ban's dead in the blink of an eye. The other 3 a million miles away. You can already see it. Chichu's already up into garage. This is
It's
brutal.
the fear, it's the paranoia again though. Off the owl drone, they're desperate to try and find I don't want to say a cheesy kill, but a freebie off the Hunter's Fury to potentially play Sire in. And just like that, the blink of an eye, EDG find 2 kills elsewhere. It's so rough for T1.
Oh, he's just walking through them. He is walking through them. They look scared. T1 look terrified. And I don't really blame him when you got the beast up against you. This guy is absolutely unreal. But again, it hasn't just been that solo show from him. We've had a great performance from Chichu here as well. Those lurks have put the fear of God in T1. They look absolutely mentally boomed in this right now. EDG drastically outclassing T1. They're going to need every single round remaining, and there's not many to go spare.
Fadeaway shots like that.
Grounded.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, what do you do against a team that's this volatile? Like I said, so quick to react.
Nggak boleh toxic, nggak boleh toxic.
Even here, the slightest hint of a stack towards A. The pendulum swing towards C, executed perfectly by EDG. Adjustment here, they're going to put Sire play in towards Garrett. Now Munchkin tasked with holding down, anchoring that A site, lockdown available.